Good evening and welcome to the Atlas Tube Center in beautiful Lakeshore, Ontario, the site of game number 4 of this Western Conference Championship Series between the Lakeshore Canadiens and the North Middlesex Stars. Hello everybody, my name is Dominic Papa and welcome to We Digital's production of Great Lakes, or I shouldn't say Great Lakes Junior C Hockey, I'll say, here on We Digital Productions. And you know what, you can throw all the cliches in this one. Of course, for North Middlesex, it's do or die. A win and they survive another day, a loss, the season comes to an end. For the Lakeshore Canadiens, they would love nothing more than to close out this series tonight in front of their hometown crowd, get some rest before getting into the next set of games, which would probably start towards the end of next week, but certainly they've played a lot of hockey up to this point, and a break would probably do them good, as well as the Stars. But the Stars, of course, trying to force us to another game tomorrow night back in their building. Let's take a look at the series so far. Again, 3-0 lead for Lakeshore. Here's how the series has gone so far. In Game 1, which took place on April 22nd, it was Lakeshore winning at 2-0 on the road. A shutout victory. Trevor Leroux scored the winning goal. What a playoff run that young man has had. He's just been outstanding throughout the playoffs. Trevor Heslop, who will get the call here tonight, 25 saves for the shutout, so that was 1-0 for Lakeshore at that point. Game 2 went like this, came back here in Lakeshore the next night. Double overtime, outstanding game. Two teams that worked extremely hard. This game was a real treat to watch. It ended up winning, Lakeshore winning it 2-1. Dylan Weston scored the winning goal. 54 seconds into the second overtime period. Lucas Bain, the goaltender for the Stars, again, he's been outstanding throughout this series. A 47 save effort in that contest. He gave his team a chance to win, no question about it, but Lakeshore just a little bit too much. The game that really might be the game that might be the pivotal game of this series is Game 3, which again was the next day in Lakeshore, April 24th. They played back-to-back games. Dylan Weston, again, the captain, power play goal in the third period. That wins that game. Cameron Amos had both goals for the Stars. Amos, a very hard-working player for North Middlesex. He's going to have to bring his A game tonight. But a huge victory for Lakeshore really puts a stranglehold on this series, and that's where we're at tonight. The Canadiens have put themselves in position to sweep the series and move on to the next round of the playoffs. North Middlesex, again, just trying to survive another day. Take a look at the rest of the schedule. Of course, the schedule goes like this. If this was to continue on, of course, Game 5 will take place tomorrow night back in North Middlesex, 7:30 start there. Game 6 on Sunday. So, again, a lot of back-to-back stuff. Lakeshore starting here at 7 p.m. And if a Game 7, and if North Middlesex is thinking they're going to survive, they have to win 4 straight games. They want a Game 7, of course. That would be an 8 p.m. drop of the puck on Tuesday, May 3rd. Mentioned a couple of the players in this series. You look at for the North Middlesex Stars, of course, this is a hard-working team, a very physical team. One player that has really stood out, though, for the North Middlesex Stars has been their assistant captain. If we could bring him up, the North Middlesex Stars, there we go, Cameron Amos. A great playoff run, 15 points in 16 games. He's had 5 multiple-point games. You can see him. He's one of the more noticeable players on the ice when it comes to the Stars club. They got a couple of key players, but this guy here, Cameron Amos, very key. And if they're going to have any success winning here tonight, he's got to be a factor in the game. On the other end of it, on the other side of it, a number of players we could talk about for Lakeshore, a number of players, but one guy, I mentioned him earlier, Trevor Leroux, he's just been outstanding. In 19 playoff games, 18 goals, 29 points, 8 multiple-point games. He's scored clutch goals. He's been around the net. He's been dangerous every time he's out on the ice. He's been maybe the most valuable player. You can argue that Weston as well for the Canadiens. But Trevor Leroux, make no mistake about it, every team's got to notice him. Speaking of teams, our team, our play-by-play team, is back intact tonight. Justin Prince will be calling. Of course, Steve Pronger, our color commentator for the broadcast. And Steve, as I said at the top, you could throw all the cliches in this one on both sides. Of course, North Middlesex has their backs up against the wall here tonight.
That's right, and here's one you just talked about, this young man, Dom, and if I could throw another one at you, in order to have any success here tonight in this arena, that North Middlesex Stars, they must stick to Leroux like glue. I know that's easy to say, but it's the fact. North Middlesex needs to have a big game out of their veteran 21-year-old goaltender, Bain. He has to stand on his head tonight and somehow to create depth in his lineup. Coach Green has to find a way to get Amos, you featured that young man, and the Weston from North Middlesex on the ice more often than he has. Maybe there will be an opportunity to get those guys out for many minutes on the power play, but whatever Coach Green has to do, Amos and Weston and Bain, he has to light a fire under these guys in order to have success here.
One thing I think North Middlesex can draw on, though, Steve, is the fact that they've been in every game. Perhaps because of their goaltender, Bain, but they've still had a chance to win every game. It's not like they've been blown out. Can they use that?
Yeah, and absolutely, Dom. And you know what? They're able to score goals in their own building. They proved that. And you know what? They really lit the lamp the other night in terms of puck possession and shots on goals at home. They just have to find that magic. They have to have many minutes of puck possession, and they have to put up another 40, 50 shots in this rink to beat Lakeshore tonight.
Let's go to Lakeshore. Of course, they want to finish this thing. They don't want to go back on the road. I was talking to Mark Segan earlier. He said it'd be really nice to get some rest if we could pull this thing off tonight. Mark's taking nothing for granted, and rightfully so. This is a hard-working team, this North Middlesex team, but Lakeshore, you have to feel, has a lot of confidence coming in tonight.
Yeah, Dom, and they have to take that confidence to a place where they can relax with it. If Lakeshore gets too carried away or too excited, we can't see them running around like chickens with their head off, everyone watching that puck. Lakeshore has to play a controlled, relaxed game where they take control of every minute on the ice and find a way to get the Leroux to work their magic. Wow.
Obviously very loud in here. A good crowd has assembled here tonight. Are there any keys tonight, Steve, that stand out to you, though? Anything that either team has to do that will ensure a victory here?
Yeah, so the first key is the same for both teams, Dom. And what I mean by that, everyone's just got to relax and play a hockey game. Don't get too excited either way. The second thing is that both goaltenders have to come out tonight and shine for their team, especially, as we said, Bain and net for North Middlesex. And really, a third key, most notably for Middlesex, is they have to have puck possession and shots on net. Amos and Weston, for them, got to get the lion's share of ice time.
All right, good stuff. We'll let you get to work. Look forward to your call. That's Steve Pronger, our color commentator tonight. We're getting into the national anthem, so let's go right to that right now.
PJHL Western Conference Final. Justin Prince, Steve Pronger with you as we get ready for what is a historical night for both of these clubs. The fans have packed the stands throughout the building tonight, but let's get things ready with your goaltenders. Lucas Bain will be starting tonight once more for the Stars. He has an 11-4 record, averaging 1.8 goals on the season, for the postseason, should say, with a 9.40 save percentage. Compare that to his counterpart on the other side, Trevor Leroux, 10-3 in the postseason with a 1.71 goals allowed average, .932 the save percentage for Lakeshore. Both teams just about all set to go. Game 4, all set to go from Lakeshore, Ontario, here on We Digital. We're underway as the Stars win the opening face-off. Stars quickly kicking up into the corner. Quickly picked up this time by the Lakeshore Canadiens. Alongside the ball, Weston gets it poked loose. Now alongside the boards this time, crunched along is Lakeshore. Here comes the captain. Weston leads it up the right wing. Wrist shot misses. Kicked away by Bain. Flows back to the point. Quick wrister also misses the net. That time for the defenseman Connor Fable. Back behind the net. Weston spins it around, loses the puck, gets it stolen away. Here comes Cameron Amos, the leading scorer for the Stars this postseason. Watches it skated around now. Tavares now passes it back into his own zone. Quickly going up and down the ice within the first 40 seconds here in Lakeshore. The Canadiens continuing to move it along slowly in their own zone now. Kicked up this time by the Canadiens to the neutral zone. Bounces its way back now over to Jake Weston. Back to the neutral zone, back inside. Icing called for the first time all night already.
Justin, that game started about as I thought it would. There's a great shot of Bain, of course. He has got to come up big tonight for his team. He didn't face that many shots in a losing effort last Sunday night in North Middlesex, but he's really got to be dependable for Coach Green.
Face off this time, won by the Canadiens. Moved along by Jocks. Alongside the left side of the boards, Walker. Two-line pass, misses its target. Bounced on its way over this time for North Middlesex. Picked up though off a little bump. Moved ahead this time by the Canadiens. Trying to skate it on the down and the route. Now picked up by North Middlesex, trying to get out of their own zone. Instead goes back to the neutral zone for the reset. Josh tosses it back into the zone, into the corner. Near side, and a whistle is called for the first time after the icing moments ago. Play is stopped once more.
Yeah, again, like I said, this game started as I thought it would be. Number 13 from the Stars, Jake Weston, he's having quite the conversation there with the linesman, perhaps questioning the offside or the call. They should just be happy face-offs in the neutral zone.
Jake Weston, of course, the team's top scorer, as well as the top scorer in the in regular season and playoffs combined, also picked up the MVP for the Awards banquet yesterday. Bain covers it up for the face-off. And keep in mind, we talked a little bit about Bain. He's been standing on his head this series. 2 previous games, he faced 44 and 49 shots. As here's a look at your officials. Chris Harwood, Kyle Vink, the referees, linesmen, Derek Harvey, Jeff Parn. As we're back underway, face-off won by the Stars. North Middlesex moves it back along to the blue line. Quickly kicked ahead this time by Connor Fable. Now along the left side corner, move to the neutral zone. Rush up this time, North Middlesex. Scotty Ferguson gets moved off the puck, kicked away by Hessler. Once again, Ferguson comes back off it up to the kick away. Scarlett tries to poke it loose. Back behind the goaltender and Hessler. Moved up this time for Ferguson. Ferguson tries to pass it back to the other side. Fable tries to get the check, moves his man right off the puck and then some. Another check from behind, leaves to the Canadiens to fall down. Moves in the slot, a trip through the slot, no whistle called. Kept inside the zone by North Middlesex. Kicks off the side of the net this time after the quick wrister from McCauley. McCauley tries to move it along the neutral, instead watches the Canadiens move it ahead. Scarlett, left wing. From the left, face-off dot, off the chest pads of Bain. Second shot deflected away off the pads. Move back along the near side. 3-4 players battle along. Hard check again by the Canadiens. Move back to the neutral zone, wristed back into the corner. The majority of the possessions being held inside North Middlesex zone. Canadiens intercepted. Intercepted him with the Stars. Intercepted nearly again. Deflected up nearly to the meshing. Kept along the boards instead by the Stars. Already just about 3 minutes into the first period here on We Digital. This is Game 4 of the PJHL West Conference Final for the Atlas Tube Center here in Lakeshore, Ontario. Intercepted right at center ice by Lakeshore. Moved up Sullivan. Wrist shot quickly passed away by Bain. Moved back behind the net, picked up by the Canadiens. Back along the edge of the back of the net. Moved back this time to the point. Albano tries to keep it alongside, instead intercepted in the slot once again. Moved ahead by North Middlesex. The wing side. This is Heesels. Heesels tries to chase it along, instead rolls its way back to the edge of the point. Heesels tries to poke it loose. Flips along the far side boards again. Albano flips it off the top of the stanchion, and that hits the ceiling for the whistle.
Some great opportunities there for the Canadiens. Again, Heslop having to come up very big. Bain having to come up pretty big. This is a critical face-off early in this game. There's Coach Green. Critical face-off in the Lakeshore zone this time of the game.
And Lakeshore does pick up the face-off victory Gets the pressure away for now. Kept on side though by North Middlesex. Wrist shot. Kicked away by Hessler. Picked up along the far side boards again. Amos tries to move it back to slot. Intercepted instead by Lakeshore. Intercepted right back by North Middlesex. They kick it back in the zone. Thought about the line change instead, keeping the same line for now. John lets it bounce its way over to one of the Leroux. That being Eric Leroux. Now moved up the side by Weston. Trying to pass it to Trevor Leroux. Nearly intercepted. Trevor Weston comes up instead with it. Dylan Weston tries to pass slot. Eric Leroux has it poked around. Bang can't cover it up. Several whacks at it as Bang finally covers it up and some shoving behind the net. Now they're fighting behind the net. Two players scuffle it out.
Justin, that's veteran Eric Leroux. Here's the replay. Eric Leroux crashing the net. That never a bad place to be in that blue paint when a shot's put on net. He's going to go for this puck again. Dig hard against four black shirts. Come up with the best of it. He's going to find himself down, but good effort there by Eric Leroux to try to jam that puck home for the Lakeshore first goal. And Justin, it doesn't look like we're seeing any penalties there. There's a great shot of Corey Green, done a great job with this team this year, getting them to this point. Head coach of the North Middlesex Stars.
Yes, indeed. His coaching staff named the best coaching staff in the EC Division last night by the league. Playoffs as well as the regular season. Third in regular season play, making it to their first league title in PJHL's era for themselves. Second total. More contact in the late penalty coming up. This time, Lakeshore has the extra attacker. Heslop already off the ice. Already in the net, thrown off from Calvin this time. Here comes Weston. Moved up now along the left side. Eric Leroux, wrist shot down low. Weston misses the net. Bounces along the boards. Jock pressed along the boards, and there is the whistle. Penalty coming up, North Middlesex.
Yeah, Justin, it looks like Middlesex has taken a bad penalty at a bad time for sure. Jacob Howard going to the box there, giving Lakeshore that all-important early power play. And considering the fact the Lakeshore Canadiens find themselves 3 for 15 in the power play so far this series is a big problem for North Middlesex.
In fact, the game winner came off the power play for Lakeshore in Game 3 of this series. They've come at very pivotal times for the Canadiens all series. Face-off won by Lakeshore. On the far side, setting up slowly but surely. Trevor Leroux moved up to Jocks at the top of the slot. Back over to Leroux. Trevor Leroux back over to Jocks. Looks to try and pass it away and does to Walker. Back to Jocks. Battling down low. One-time shot kicked away by Bain. Trevor Leroux moves it back along the board. Moved over to Jocks. Jocks takes it back to his same spot. Back over again to Trevor Leroux. This time fakes the wrister. Net knocked off its moorings though. And oh boy, a player down after the whistle. A shot attempt bounces off a Star.
Yeah, I can't tell if that's Jacob Howard, number 21. I think it is.
No, that is Addison. 27 is his jersey number. This is just after the net was knocked off its moorings there. Then the shot came. Wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, there it is. He had his head turned. He was looking back at Bain. Took that shot in the side. He's still down on the ice. We wish him the best for sure. But Justin, let's talk about that power play for the Lakeshore Canadiens. Right now, it's a critical thing and there's Coach I, and he's feeling the same way I am. Coach I Quinta, he's gathering his team, calm everybody in our own building. We can take our time, and so far what I've seen to them, Ron Susi, assistant coach, chiming in there, they can show some patience and move that puck east to west and pick and choose their spots for the shot on net.
They were stellar in the regular season. Keep in mind, it's a group amongst the top 10 in the power play, once you consider things. Top half, should say. This is a team that also picked up several awards for the Stars division. But the Stars player now being helped off the ice once again. That is Pierce Papaadis, 2002-born player, based from Strathroy, Ontario, who will be taken off the ice for the Stars.
So back to this power play, Justin. This is a critical kill for North Middlesex. They can't find themselves down 1-0 at this point in the game. And you look at the shots on net already. 7 for Lakeshore, 1 for North Middlesex.
That's in the arena boards here at the Atlas Tube Center. Keep in mind, already about a minute 20 to go in the power play. Walker passes. Thought about the one-timer. Was Trevor Leroux instead. Gives it to Jocks. Jocks has it blocked. Over to Trevor Leroux again. Floats it back along the outside of the boards again. Pounced along the outside again by Lakeshore. Resetting again for Walker. Walker sits, gives it to Weston. Weston shot deflected up into the net. Resets it with 1 minute to go in the power play. 58 seconds rather.
Yeah, so far Bain is the most important power play penalty kill special. There it is. Weston walking out from the corner. That's a great opportunity. The great setup east to west. Find that man deep and alone down low. Walk out to the front of the net.
Picked up once again off the face-off by North Middlesex now as they clear it away for the first time on the penalty kill. Hessler waits it in his own zone, gives it off to Jocks. Jocks leads it up the middle this time. Lined up with the Leroux. Has now Nemo to work with as low as Walker now. Give it up to Walker. Walker left side. Swirls it around. Back over from the left face-off dot to Jocks up top. Jocks scans around. Looks for the screen. Down low instead of the pass. One-timer quickly kicked away from Weston. Moved over along the boards and cleared away. Less than 30 seconds to go in the first power play of the night. Under 6 minutes off the board, approaching 7 minutes down. Weston now tries to go back up along the right side. Weston goes behind the net. Passes to Urbano. He now moves from the left side point. Give it up to Weston. Weston back to Urbano. Back to the other side. Taking their time. Siren over to Urbano. Wrist shot misses. Bain tries to search. Bain does a 360 in the net as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Meanwhile, the Canadiens go for the shot. Sadoya has it covered up by Bain for the faceoff. 12:53 to go.
Yeah, as I said, I think Bain is the best penalty killer for them in that last. We're going to look at it again. Good puck movement from Lakeshore here, finding that open man. There's Bain making that all-important save to finish off that penalty kill successfully for the Stars.
And the interesting thing is Bain was considered the team MVP when talking to the assistant coaches earlier tonight with his performance this postseason. Speaking of this action, Lakeshore feeling a bit of pressure after the puck rolled its way to the Lakeshore zone after the faceoff. Stars have it bounce off the Lakeshore defender. Forced to reset back to their own zone. Going to retreat back and settle things down. No line change coming from that deflection. Still holding on to it still. Looking to move it forward. Jacob Howard all the way up to Heslop. Heslop guides it behind him, back to Galvin. Back over to Jocks, he moves it along. Check from behind, trying to push down, still shuffling along. Andrew Henderson able to break that up for the moment. Bisson now moves it along the boards, in towards the Star zone. Scarlett on the inside of the boards, left side. Galvin, wrist shot, glove stop. They got him for the face-off.
Yeah, again, North Middlesex calling on Bain to come up big there and take a break and play. Again, here it is. Great puck movement by Lakeshore, finding that open man. North to south play, as we call it, putting up a good-looking shot on Bain. These North Middlesex guys, Justin, they have to believe they're not out of it.
Absolutely, with the wrist shot misses. It's been a competitive series. All the games have been close in this playoff series. Still inside the zone for the Stars. Battling along in the corner. Stars get it out of there. Moved up to the neutral zone, up the ice, bounces off the stick this time of Scotty Ferguson. Lakeshore tosses it back into the same corner. Now rolled on and picked up by McCallum. Kelly moves it on to the other side. Ferguson whips on the clear attempt. Now instead goes rolling ahead either way to Siren. Siren moves it back into the Star zone. Bain trying to clear a bit of traffic communication. Ferguson moves it up ahead. Here comes Hayden Basso. Hayden Basso kicks it off of Heslop. Heslop able to kick it off and away. Moved up to Nemo now. Lakeshore moves it ahead, approaching 9 minutes into the first period of play here in Lakeshore. Nemo up the left wing, pass to the slot, deflected away. Stars now have a chance. 2-on-3 opportunity poked away instead. Canadiens watch it roll back to the Star zone. Back up to the center ice spot. More checks, 2 checks in a row. Nearly 3 as the Stars try and use some physicality. Pass through some traffic, intercepted by Urbano. Urbano passes right by Pizzo. Avoids the check. 2 Stars collide instead. Cleared back to the Canadian zone, and that will trigger icing.
Justin, Lakeshore is starting to put up with some physical opportunities. We have a look there at Dean Albano. He had a great game the other night. There it is. We see two North Middlesex Stars players collide, trying to make the check against Lakeshore. I hope Lakeshore doesn't get drawn into that type of a game, certainly not early.
It's been a very pressure-filled game so far, especially some of the emotion seen throughout the series. Meanwhile, Navaco able to steal it away, moves it into the Stars zone on the flip. Back behind Bain, instead bounces its way to the Canadiens, trying to pass it along the boards, intercepted. Trying to pass it back along to the center, gets it away. Here comes North Middlesex. Moving towards the left side, wrist shot up and deflected into the mesh. And on that note, what are your keys to victory if you're these teams tonight?
Well, the first thing, as I said, the Dom Justin, and there's a great look at Heslop there, MVP goalie,
yeah.
That both teams have to play a controlled, relaxed game. That doesn't mean casual. It means that they can't find themselves running around like chickens with the head cut off, everyone anxious and watching the puck. Controlled, patience game.
We'll see if this controlled patience does kick in. Lots of craziness now inside the Canadian zone. Rolls back to the neutral zone regardless. Now skated off and away by Howard. Move back around center ice. Kicked ahead now by the Canadiens. Move back to the neutral zone right along the penalty boxes to Jux. Jux kicks it along from right corner to left corner. Check alongside the boards by Lakeshore. Bounces its way back to the Stars regardless. Moved up this time once again by Jake Weston. Jake Weston, right side. Whistle called offside.
Good call by the officials there, offside. Justin, back to what I mean about this controlled patience again as we look at Heslop having a little break there in the corner for sure. Controlled patience means taking what the game's going to give you. Don't try to force things too hard. You're going to create too many mistakes for yourselves.
Yeah. And that's been a critical part of this series, has been some of the timing of those mistakes and some of the penalties in turn. Keep in mind, the last game in this series, North Middlesex had a 5-minute major and a 2-minute minor in the final 7.5 minutes in their series on Sunday. Lakeshore steals it away inside the Start zone, trying to get in the slot, couldn't get a good shot. Scotland misses the second opportunity. Bounces his way back to DeSantis. Instead picked up by Heasels. Floated over top nearly and does bounce its way back to Heasels. Instead kicked its way now to Vasily Devakos. Neutral zone, passed up ahead for Heasels. Heasels moves it into the corner. Chasing after is Galvin. Right in front of Heslop, misses. This time bounces on the near side corner. Pushed off the puck is Lakeshore. Back to the point, wrist shot misses. Bounce back over for the Stars. Through the slot, can't get to the stick. Back along the inside corners. Just past 9 minutes to go in the first period of play here in Game 4 of this series. Stars continue to skate along the near side boards, trying to find a way to poke it away and poke it ahead. Passed ahead this time by Lev. Watches it picked up instead by Bisson. Bisson alongside the benches. Put him in amongst the line changes now for Lakeshore. The Stars break it up in front of their own benches. They counter with their own line change. Floated up past the blue line again, back to Lakeshore. Intercepted on the attempt to float back by Scotty Ferguson. Ferguson avoids the check. Instead, battling in the corner is Lakeshore. Stars once again trying to poke it away. Ferguson gets tied up with Hardiman. Both of them tied up still in the corner. Lakeshore still with it now at the neutral zone. Giving up now to Sullivan. Sullivan couldn't get the stick back on it fully. Now Lakeshore goes back on the defensive side. Ferguson has it poked around Siren and big checks. Siren upset and more pushing and shoving as the tempers continue to flare.
Hayden Basso down there for the Stars right in the middle of it. Sladoya for Canadiens, of course. Some very tight play along the wall here. Both teams not taking any liberties with each other, or allowing any liberties with each other.
Yes, especially with what's at stake here, with a chance to battle for the Smoltz Cup. If they are able to move on here from this series, Lakeshore just one game away from that mark. That reverse sweep attempt would have to be done by the Stars. They have it in their own zone right now in the corner. Battling with Lakeshore in the near side corner, still trying to come up away, and they do. They go across the neutral zone, intercepted by Walker. Chance for Walker, the pass deflected away off the skates of the Stars. Near side corner, approaching 7 minutes to go in this first period of play. No score so far. Whistles called and a penalty coming up North Middlesex again. Trip.
Again, the pressing Lakeshore team forcing penalties here right in front of the referee. For sure there you see the easy one. Jake Nemo going down at the stick of a North Middlesex Stars, giving Lakeshore their second power play of the game.
Yep, that was...
Justin, you asked me about a key for success. One of the key is North Middlesex must score first in this hockey game. If they don't, it could lead to trouble.
Absolutely, and now they're on the penalty kill for the second time tonight. Jocks has it inside the zone. Go on once again. Back to Jocks on the pass. Jocks gives it over to Walker. Walker, one-timer. Trevor Leroux can't hit the back. The net bounces its way instead of Walker. Jocks again up on top. Moved over to Trevor Leroux. Trevor Leroux passes it back along to the corner. Pat through the traffic. Weston has it covered up. And more shoving and another push.
Yeah, the Stars better be careful here. They don't get a little too excited in their own end. They don't want to find themselves down 3-5. Here's some good control by the Lakeshore team. Passing that puck north-south, picking an open man, wide open man, sliding out, popping out. I call it that Austin Matthews spot, that pop-out spot for a terrific shot on net.
Yeah, an absolutely tremendous season, we'll say, for him in a historic, momentous campaign at the higher levels. Meanwhile, shot misses Trevor Leroux. Move back to Jocks to the right side point. Approaching 1 minute to go in the power play, and quickly. Jocks passes back to Trevor Leroux. Back over to Jocks. Jocks tries to pass through traffic, deflected away. Weston chases back after it. Weston back with it. Walker moves to left side point, calls for it. Weston dances around with it. Circles around a couple times. Over to Jocks now from the left side face-off done. Walker, one-timer again, deflected away. Trevor Leroux again, the one-time shot. Picked up by Jocks, down low. Weston pass through traffic. Trevor Leroux to Walker. Wrist shot misses wide right. Picked up by Jocks once more. Approaching 30 seconds to go in the power play. Back down low through some of the traffic. Battling alongside Nemo. Nemo gets picked up off the ground and knocked down. No whistle. All the way back to Nemo regardless as both teams make the line change.
Yeah, Justin, Lakeshore's got to hit the net on these shots. They had a couple glorious chances that have both missed the net. That 4x6 piece of iron is it's a lot bigger out than you think. They got to take advantage of those shots.
Meanwhile, Eric Lou tries to give it to Scarlett down low. Deflect around for Sadoya. Sadoya, near side corner, back up to Fabo now for the left side point. Wrist shot, poked away by the captain for the Stars. Power play is over full strength once again as icing quickly called. As that will reset it inside Star zone with under 5 minutes approaching to go.
Justin, the Stars are doing what they have to do to kill these penalties. However, if you look at Iaquinta there, Coach Iaquinta, he's probably wondering, what do we have to do to hit the net? Glorious opportunities for working the puck well, finding the open guy. The shot's got to hit the twine.
Santos, meanwhile, having a chance, deflected away. Off the bang. Back along the near side boards. Move back to neutral zone. Stars pick it up and look to reset. Under 5 minutes to go in the first period of play. Skating back along with it is Leah. Watches it cleared along the far side corner of the Lakeshore zone. Line change being taken by North Middlesex. Santos tries to pass it along the boards, can't get it successfully. Instead, bounces its way regardless off the blue line. Starts moving ahead, just avoiding an offside call there. Here comes Siren. The signal kept on up and now waved away. Bissell gets checked off the puck by three different Stars. North Middlesex with a chance. Trying to take advantage of the line change. Instead, they just cleared into the zone and look to change themselves. Roll it along the boards. Picked up for the wrist shot. Blocked this time by the Canadiens. Move the back along near side again. Rolls its way past Sullivan. Chased along this time by North Middlesex. Layup. Gonna clear it from one side of the air with Henderson. Back along to Albano. Back along this time off some of the bounces to Howard. Move back neutral zone, inside Lakeshore zone, Albano. Albano able to pick it on up, an hour change made with about 3.5 minutes to go now in this first period of play. Moved ahead by Lakeshore, trying to float it ahead. North Middlesex able to squeak it away and poke it away. Moved up now instead by Jake Weston. Has it poked nearly back by Herman. Sullivan floats it up along the benches. Pass from side to side by North Middlesex. Intercept and try to move it inside the Lakeshore zone once again. This time by Galvin. Back to Albano. More line changes. Nemo amongst those coming back onto the ice. Rolls its way back along the boards to the North Middlesex zone. Nemo chases after it. Avoids one check. Nemo comes from behind. Nemo tries to set the one-timer. Walker has it deflected away again by Bain. Move back along the corner and air check for Walker from behind. Moved once again by North Middlesex. On the far side, hard check, just off the pass. Jumps, keeps it in the zone. Pass off the bottom. Bain able to block it, and another whistle and a face-off, and more showing as sticks go flying.
Yeah, Lakeshore's got to show some poise around that neck. I think they're falling into that spot of confidence. Here's an opportunity we saw right there, going for that loose puck. Great body check. Great body check by Jake Nemo there. He got tripped up. Body checks lead to good things. Looked like he might have been tripped a bit there, Justin. Maybe the officials quite didn't notice that one.
Either way, Canadiens win the face-off. Weston, first shot attempt blocked. Siren keeps it just inside the zone. Bounce away to Trevor Leroux. Moved from far side to near side. Picked up now alongside. Vianis has it stored away. Bain deflects it around. Sees it bounce its way to the corner. Lakeshore comes back with it again. Reset now for Weston. Weston fakes the wrister. Moves to the left. Floats it up over top the slot. Siren. Move back again to Trevor Leroux. Up to Weston in the corner. Weston battles with it. Gets pressed along the boards for the split second. Gets itself back to Jocks. Now back to the right side point. Siren way off the mark. Weston, the captain, comes back with it under 2 minutes to go in the first period of play. Weston off to Jocks. Jocks looks to the slot. Screen around. Second chance. Bain covers it up for another face-off.
Great goaltending by Bain there. Some of the boys are getting a little pushy, shoving behind Bain. Great body check by Captain Weston in the corner. Moves that puck high to the point. Jacques with a tremendous great rebound play. Trevor Leroux hanging around there like he's done for the whole playoff season. Good job by Bain hanging in there. Bain's so far, Justin, been the best player, hands down, for the North Middlesex Stars.
Absolutely. Back off and away. Stars win the face-off. Quickly pressed against their own board. Still inside their own zone, taken up and away now. The pressure goes North Middlesex. Wrist shot, right point. Quickly deflect away. Second chance. Rebound. Whipping on the second chance. Down low. That was Tichney with a great chance. Under 90 seconds to go in the period. Response back. Two different Canadiens come back down. Kicked off Bain once again. Bounces its way to the Stars. Cleared back to the neutral zone as things look to reset. Back inside the Star zone. Canadiens taking the chance for the line change. Moved up this time by Howard and company. Goes over to Howard. Kicks it off of Jocks. Under a minute to go in the first period of play here on We Digital. Game 4, the PJHL Western Conference Final. Canadiens being patient for the setup. Walker avoids one poke from behind. Avoids one more. Gets it deflected up to the neutral zone regardless. Howard chases with Walker. Pass back to Jocks. Down to 37 seconds to work with in the period. Jocks pass to the other side. Moved ahead by Walker. Up to Jocks. Looking to stretch the defense. Jocks takes it in. Nemo sets it behind. Jocks tries the D. Gets knocked off the puck. Now a check from Walker. Walker comes back over to Siren. Siren can't get the stick on it. Up to Jocks. Jocks skates it on back behind. Down low in the pressure. Can't get a shot up in the middle of the slot. About 10 seconds to go in the first period of play here on We Digital. Jocks trying to set up one last chance. Check off the ice, no offsides called, and that will end the first period of play here in Lakeshore. No score after 20 minutes. Your thoughts after what has been an unbelievable shot bombardment from Lakeshore?
Yeah, the longer a team is allowed to hang around, the more dangerous it becomes to the team that apparently has control of the game. 21 shots for Lakeshore, 4 from the Stars. The Lakeshore Canadiens better be careful with who's coming out in the second period.
You're watching We Digital for coverage of the PJHL Western Conference Final presented by St. Clair College. Intermission coverage coming up with Don Papa right after this.
No, I never smoked any. Sure, I smoked a bit, but it was more your mom who was into it. Pot grows naturally, but it won't help you grow as a person.
Talking cannabis with your teen can be learned. Download our free brochure.
You know what? Poison ivy grows naturally, but it's not good for you, is it?
Find the answers you need at drugfreekidscanada.org.
Welcome back to the Atlas Tube Center, the site of Game 4 of this Western Conference Final between the North Middlesex Stars and the Lakeshore Canadiens. We're scoreless after 20 minutes of play. Corey Green, the head coach of the Stars. Sorry about that, Coach.
No problem.
I got a lot going on in my mind tonight with this stream, I'm telling you. But first period, you come out with a scoreless tie and not a lot of offense. What did you see in that first period?
Well, we didn't have the puck too much, so it's tough to get offense. A couple of penalties kind of set us back a little bit, and then also we lost a couple guys to injuries there. So got to regroup here in the intermission and hopefully come out and get some pucks on Heaslip.
To get here, Coach, you won 3 series. The team, was handily the better team. Looked like in the series. Here you're down 3-0. How's your team handling? I guess a real test of adversity here.
Yeah, we were 20 wins, 2 losses, and 2 overtime losses coming into this series. And we got our eyes open a little bit. This team's the best team we played for sure so far. Very good on puck possession. Their power play is amazing, and we obviously got to stay out of the box. That's been the difference in the series so far is their power play.
One thing I think you can rally your team around here, Coach, is the fact that every game's been tight. You've had a chance to win every game. It's not like Lakeshore has dominated. Maybe shot-wise, territorially in some games, but just the same, you've had an opportunity to win every game. Is that something that you have stressed to the guys that, a bounce here, and there could be a different outcome?
Yeah, we talk about scoring chances. We're not too worried about shots on goal. We see that in a lot of rinks and up our way, too, that the guys are counting the wrong end sometimes. But, yeah, we know we got a group that'll battle hard right to the end. We're not going to quit, and, to get to game to get past this game and get her back home to Park Hill is what we're striving for tonight.
Yeah, I know the fans would love to see another game there. I hear it's quite the place, Park Hill, so it'd be fun to have another game there. Throughout this series, the first 3 games, do you notice, Coach, there's changes ongoing? Like, is Lakeshore changing anything? Are you changing anything to try something different here?
Yeah, that's a well-coached group over there. They've got some, good power play breakouts. Their forecheck, they can switch it up to a little more aggressive, a little more passive. So we've worked on a couple things in practice to try to adjust. But at this time of the season, you can't change your DNA. We're going to stick with what got us here, and if we can, get a couple breaks, hopefully we can get her back to Park Hill.
You lead me to my next question, Coach. It's kind of off topic what we're talking about this series here, but overall the year, you have to be so proud of what this team's accomplished, the record they've stacked up here. And, how would you put this, up to this point anyways, how would you describe the year and the players you got here?
Well, I came in just before Christmas, took over as head coach, and a great group of executive. Todd Garner, our director of hockey operations, has done a great job putting the group together. We just made a few tweaks, and the support we get on Park Hill is amazing. Stars Army's here in full force again tonight, and they'll give the guys a little bit of energy here, hopefully in the second.
Appreciate you doing this with us, Coach. Good luck the rest of the way, and congrats on the year so far.
All right, thanks very much. Appreciate your time.
Corey Green, the hard-working coach of the North Middlesex Stars. A quick timeout. When we come back, we'll check in with the captain of this fine hockey club. You're watching the West Division Championship on We Digital Productions.
What can milk do? Well, it can turn you into a morning person. can help fuel some pretty tough stuff. And it can definitely make cartoons funnier.
No, it can't.
Oh, well, it can have a little edge. But come on, even kiddies love it. It'll keep up with you at any age. It makes engines whir and creme brulee creamy. It's one of the easiest labels you'll ever read. And anything that makes this happen is pretty special. In fact, what can't milk do?
Continue on with our first intermission here at the Atlas Tube Center. It's the Western Conference Championship Series Junior C Hockey on We Digital Productions. Brought to you by St. Clair College. We're scoreless after 20 minutes of play. North Middlesex Stars and the Lakeshore Canadiens. Joining us on the broadcast is the captain, Tyler O'Neill, a fourth-year player here with the Stars. Thanks for doing this with us, Tyler. And well, I mean, we could throw every cliche at this one. Backs up against the wall, do or die, whatever. How are your guys approaching this?
Great. There's been a million teams that have been in this position before. There's nothing we can't do. We've won 4 games before this year, and I don't see why we can't do it now. Positive vibes in the room, so we're rolling through this one.
What do you think has been the difference in the first 3 games? It's so close. I mean, the Stars have had a chance to win each game. There's been no blowouts in this series. What's been the difference, though?
I think they've just got a strong power play. I think that's been their biggest thing. Our PK could be a little bit better, but other than that, like you said, it's been 1-goal games. We've been in it all the way. Double overtime. We're playing our hearts out, and that's not going to stop today.
Obviously, when you're down 3-0 in a series, not only is the physical battle going on, you guys play a physical brand of hockey, but the mental battle goes on. What's that like, and how do you stay sharp that way?
I just keep telling myself I'm not done wearing this uniform. Like you said, I've worn it for 4 years, and it's not coming off after tonight. We're going to keep going here.
So tell me what the mood is like, even coming up here on the bus today, maybe in the room before the game. What are the guys talking about? How do you stay loose?
Mood's light. Just keep positive, kind of keep things, mind on the game, but, keep things light, watch a couple movies, chat, go over some systems and things like that, but no need to stress. It's a hockey game. We've been doing this for, 14 years now, so nothing's new.
Coach said that this is the best team that you've seen so far this year. Of course, this is outside of your division now. How good is Lakeshore in your eyes? What do they do that makes them pretty special?
I think the biggest difference, like you said, we're a physical team, and our loop's very physical, and this down here, it's not like that down here. It's quicker hockey. They don't hit much, so you're not really looking over your shoulder as much going into the corner. And I think that's been the biggest difference, just coming down and playing in this loop compared to ours is, it's not as physical.
You mentioned 4 years, and this year you got the C on your jersey. Obviously, anytime you're a captain and have that C on your shoulder like that, it's an honor. I got to do it a couple times when I was playing a long time ago, but what's it mean to you to be the captain of this team, and how did you want to lead this club?
It means everything to me. This is an honor that I've wanted from day one. I like to think of myself as a pretty natural leader, but just being able to have that honor of representing the team and a whole town of Park Hill, it really means a lot. And, to be the face of the organization and somebody that everybody looks up to in the community and everything, it means a lot. So I take a lot of pride in it.
Well, congratulations on that. Job well done, and good luck the rest of the way. Appreciate your time here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, we're going to wrap things up here down on the bench. When we come back after the break, it's the call of the second period. It's the Western Conference Championship game number 4. The Lakeshore Canadiens and North Middlesex Stars doing battle here on We Digital Productions.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
Welcome back to Lakeshore, Ontario for more coverage of the PJHL Western Conference Final. Game 4 is scoreless after one period of play. Moments away from the start of the second period, where the shots were aplenty, to say the least. 21-4.
Yeah, Justin, no score, of course, from either team, but look at the weight that Lakeshore had in their shot production. That's what I was going to say. On the other hand, North Middlesex, I hope they would come out with puck possession and an equal amount of shots that they would have had at home last Sunday night. Didn't look like they could achieve that, of course, in the first period, but you know what? Lakeshore still must be careful. Even though it appears they're controlling the pace, the tone of the game, they can't let North Middlesex Stars hang around.
Absolutely, and that's what they've been able to do much of this series. They're making their way out of the locker room to get ready for the start of the second period. Keep in mind, there were 2 penalty kills for the Stars as well in that period. The power play was where a lot of those shots came from for Lakeshore. They looked very precise on those movements, those power plays Lakeshore did.
Yeah, one of the tactics that the North Middlesex Stars may have in their hockey bag, so to speak, is to start playing a physical game and become more and more physical. However, Justin, they have to be careful that they don't get carried away and elbows, hands, or sticks get into the equation. They find their way to the box like they did twice in the first period.
Just about all set to go for the start of the second period. Play here on Weege. Happy to have you with us from Lakeshore, Ontario, the Atlas Tube Center. Both teams all set to go. 20 minutes up on the board for the second period of play. Bink has the puck, drops it down. Face-off won by Lakeshore in the end after the deflections. Eric Leroux kicks it ahead into the Star zone. Move back to the neutral zone in the quick clear. Bounces his way over to Lakeshore zone. Pressure from behind for Fable. Fable gets knocked off the puck. Urbano tries to battle along the board. Squeezes his man down. Stars come up with it either way. Forwarded back by Amos. Back to the other side of the corners. Picked up by the Canadiens. Moved to the edge of the blue line. Amos can't keep a stick on it. And Bain quickly calls for icing after about 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think Lakeshore wanted to ice that puck, but nonetheless, not a bad play. We look at Heslop there, the MVP goalie for sure.
Yeah.
You know, he knows what he has to do to put his team in a position to win, Justin. You know, nothing's got to get by him, not in his watch. He wants to have a little break after a win tonight.
Of course, he's the Stobbs Division's MVP goaltender for this season. He and Romano Liberti combined for the lowest team goals against average in the Stobbs Division this year. Picked up now by the Stars, though. Trying to move it off towards the point. Deflected around the boards. Canadiens come up with it. Weston chases after it. Instead, coming back instead is North Middlesex. Trevor Leroux kicks it back to the center of the slot. Passed ahead this time to Zavakos. Zavakos can't keep it. Canadiens come back with it. Check around the middle of the ice. Move back over towards Bain. Picked up along the edge again by Howard. Floated around to the far side boards. Kicked up towards the neutral zone. Moved back inside the Star zone for the reset. Passed along in head for Jake Weston. Jake Weston avoids the sandwich. Instead, the Canadiens able to pick it up off the bread. Move back around the center of the ice. Pizzo can't get a stick on it. Collision, middle of the ice. Either way, Nemo resets himself. Kick back into the neutral zone once more. Just past 90 seconds into the second period of play here on Weege Digital. Game 4 of the PJHL Western Conference Final. Stars come back with it now at a point. Looking to set up the opportunity. Quick shot misses along the boards. Now over to Jump. Jumps. Kicks it ahead. Trying to go for the two-line pass, intercepted instead. Stars just toss it in. Heslop. Softly given off again. Moved ahead slowly by the Canadiens. Pizzo now tries to pick up the tempo. Pizzo shot just over top of Bain. Rolls its way all the way back to Lakeshore zone. Line change taken by both teams as a result here. Just past 2 minutes into this second period. The Senses cross the red line. Moved over to Walker. Walker gets checked hard alongside the boards again. Stars kicking along instead on the points. Devaka stills it on. Bisson tries to get a deflection. Bisson not able to get the shot. He tries to get it back along the boards, doesn't. North Middlesex comes back with it. 2-on-3 along the left wing. Lucas Mann tries to keep it, instead gets it poked loose. More contact with some of the sticks. Still intense action inside the Lakeshore zone. The Canadiens come back with it. Sends his passes along to the far side. Picked up this time by Scarlett. Scarlett gets tripped down. No call on the play. Moved back into the neutral zone. Canadiens moving ahead. O'Bano that time in the clear. Alongside the boards with the crunch is Scarlett. Rolled back alongside for Heasels. Heasels passed along once again. Lyon moves it on behind Bain. Slowly kicked on forward by Tyler O'Neill. O'Neill avoids the check. Now taken up this time by Heasels. Heasels skates it from left wing to right, back to the center of the slot. Gets knocked right down. Right into the pathway. Quick wrist shot, once again kicked away by Heslop. Move back now for the Stars for the reset. Moved along for the face-off dots. Rolled along the boards to the other side. Over to Lucas Mann. Mann pass across the slot. Doesn't find a man. Instead, the Canadiens come up with it. Zadoya tries to pass it ahead. Deflected along, an opportunity. Rich shot misses to the left of Bain. Bounce back its way towards the direction now of Nick Bannister. The Eck Division Rookie of the Year tries to avoid the pokes from Sullivan. He waits now on the right side of the waiting player. Once again, that's Jacob Howard leading this offense forward. Picked up instead regardless by Lakeshore. Rolls its way past towards Bain. Bain watches as Howard clears it to the other side. Battle alongside the boards once again by Lakeshore. Sullivan comes up with it. Through the slot, quick shot. Weston has it kicked away again. Approaching a quarter way through the second period. Jocks falls on down, moves it back inside the North Middlesex zone. Bain waits and watches behind. Weston, half to the slot, can't get it to Trevor Leroux. Bounces its way to Jocks. He falls back down. Trevor Leroux passes through the slot again. Can't find a man. Weston tries to chase it. Weston tries to swat it. Cleared away by North Middlesex up the center of the ice. That rolls its way up to Scarlett. Kicked ahead and forward now by Eric Leroux. Left wing. Shot. Bain covers it up for the faceoff. And Moore shoving a bit off the play. Regardless, Bain continues to stand on his head this period.
Let's have a look at it again. Lakeshore's had no problem gaining the zone, Justin. They're taking their time. Little outside perimeter shot. Bain had no problem with it, of course. That's way below his pay scale. But the key there was, and Corey Green's happy as well, that the pace and the game slowed down.
Bit of trouble towards the center of the slot for North Middlesex. Weston couldn't get the shot. Instead, the Stars pick it up off the bounce. Floated up, nearly hitting the top of the roof. Lakeshore now comes up with it around the red line. Kicked ahead this time by O'Bano. Bounce along the boards. This time for North Middlesex. Spun along by Jake Weston. Jake Weston now gets it left wing. Jake Weston tries to deep. Tries to go. Deflected around. Heslop covers it up for the face-off.
Wow, biggest save of the game for Heslop right there. He needed that one. As I said, Justin, in the world of North Middlesex Stars, they have to score first. Tichinoff was right there on the doorstep trying to bury that shot home. Heslop comes up big and keeps Lakeshore square. But again, go back to that key. It's critical that North Middlesex finds the back of that net first.
They've been trying a lot this second period. The Canadiens win the face-off, though, in their own dot. Moved along to the neutral zone, nearly intercepted. Instead, it rolls its way back over to McCallum. Fans continuing to chant away and chant along the Canadiens. About 6 minutes into the period, a whip on the pass by Siren. North Middlesex tries to take advantage for the right side to the slot. The deep around, the second chance. Heslop tries to knock it down. Heslop still swatting around at it. Still swatted back as North Middlesex reset. One-time wrist shot deflected wide right to the net. Move back to the plate once again. Bounce back over towards McCallie. McCallie surrounded by Canadiens. Move back to the neutral zone. Avoiding the breakaway chance on the swat in the poke this time is North Middlesex. That's Liam Moshe breaking it up. Now moved up. Quick shot, bounces up the bottom of the cross. They say it went in. North Middlesex has scored. The Stars are on the board.
Yeah, I believe that was in as well. The official was right there to make that call for sure. I believe it got up underneath the post, the crossbar. Let's have another look at it, Justin.
Right. Yep, indeed. Bounced right on down and bounced back up.
Ian Ludowitz, number 14, big goal, as I've been saying. just singing Heslop's praises, and then lower head. Now this bench, that coaching staff, very happy. They have that all-important first goal.
Interception right off the face-off. Quick, charging at Heslop. Second chance, deflected away again. North Middlesex right on the attack. Pass through the slot, misses. Chance for the break. One-on-one opportunity to Sanchez. Up the left lane. Takes it back, tries to pass it. Can't get it to his man. Bisson was the intended target on the pass. North Middlesex now has a little open space on their own. Moved up and kicked away by Heslop. 1-0 to score after the Ludwig goal. His first postseason goal in just his 4th game played. Wrist shot blocked from Heesels. Heesels, near side corner, gets checked around by Johns. Gets a little assistance. Whistle called, delayed penalty. And a big chance coming up.
Yeah, arm is up there for sure. Checking to the head. Checking to the head.
And it's Lakeshore who is on the penalty kill for the first time as a result. Let's take a look.
Here it is again, Jacques. Oh, a little quick. We see the end result. There's no question the referee's right there, Justin. Hand up, signals checking to the head. We'll see what this results in. 2-minute penalty, so a minor penalty checking to the head.
It's Parker Jock who gets called for the penalty. And a very tough time when it comes to Lakeshore side of things for Jock. 43 penalty minutes entering tonight in the postseason. Lakeshore quickly clears it away.
So with that first goal, the Stars have set the table for themselves. With this power play, let's see if they can actually take start enjoying the meal.
Moved on ahead, meanwhile, by the Stars. Stars trying to get themselves a shot now on the power play for the first time tonight. Moved on to the near side. Bounced around for Weston. Jake Weston feels a little pressure, trying to pass it again. Back around Henderson. Cleared away again by Lakeshore. Bain watches it bounce all the way to him. Bain rolls it along the boards, hits a little bit of the edge of the lip of the glass, bounces its way this time. Now for North Middlesex to reset after the line change. Approaching about 1 minute to go on the power play opportunity. Amos. Wrist shot, kicked away by Heslop. Rebound picked up by O'Shea. Back down low. Amos passes up to O'Shea. O'Shea through some traffic, poked away from behind. Weston with the clear this time.
If I'm in Lakeshore's shoes, Justin, I'm pressuring on this penalty kill. I have to send a message to the Stars that goal they scored was unacceptable, and this is not a free pass to another one.
And the shots are flying. Keep in mind, in the period, we've seen the difference earlier. How about a shot advantage for North Middlesex in the period? They lose the puck inside their own zone. Lakeshore resets to the neutral zone. Looks to continue to clear away this penalty. Moved back inside North Middlesex's zone. Picked up off the bounce once again by the Stars. Weston. Jake Weston moves it ahead across the blue line. Past the red line. Back inside Lakeshore zone. Poked away again. Cleared away nearly. Instead, back to Nemo. Nemo gets checked off the puck. Regardless, 10 seconds to go. And another whistle coming up.
Justin, the official was right there. That was clearly an interference penalty on North Middlesex. You don't have to do that, obviously.
And that is a huge penalty, mind you, as a result. DeSantis is ready to come out of the box potentially here, but keep in mind, as a result of that penalty, it's a critical time. That's Tyler Lovey who gets the penalty. 4-on-4 for the next couple moments or so. Then it will be about 1 minute and 50 seconds, the power play for the Canadiens. The Canadiens with it. Now they have the advantage for about 1 minute and 50 seconds. Quickly down low, up the bounces. Walker avoids some battles from behind. Nemo has it passed by him. Trying to clear it away now as Amos along the boards, and does. Weston now tries to direct traffic, going with Siren. Weston gives it back over to Siren. Siren gives it back over to Nemo. Back to Siren. He brings it into the zone with Walker. Walker from the left point. Skates it forward along the dot. Back to the point. Siren moves over towards the right side. Trevor Leroux now with it. Looks 4 lanes. Keeps it. Gives it back down to Nemo. Nemo, wrist shot. Deflected off the top of the sticks and does hit a touch of the meshing for the face-off.
Good puck poise there. Out of the point by the Lakeshore defenseman. Bringing the puck across. sharing it with Leroux. Leroux, of course, trying to work a little give and go, play down low with his partner there. Great shot attempt, but into the stands for a whistle.
Great attendance, keep in mind, at the Atlas Tube Center, near capacity crowd with a lot of fans up on the running track here at the facility here in Lakeshore. Meanwhile, North Middlesex has the puck. Under a minute to go on the power play. Now for Lakeshore. Now at center ice. Weston, pass back along the boards to Sullivan. Quickly attempting to clear away to the Stars. They do. Heslop controls it. Heslop waits. Hands it back over to Siren. Line change in effect now for Lakeshore. Scarlett amongst those coming back in. Moved over for Eric Leroux. Bounces off him. Cleared away again by North Middlesex. Attempting at least. They keep it still in the zone regardless. Now they do. After hitting the Lakeshore Canadian the last time.
Yeah, those last two attempted zone entries on the Lakeshore. Looking a little too casual there. They have to be moving that puck with authority.
They now move it ahead, trying to get that authority with about 12 seconds to work with on the power play. Weston gets checked off the puck. Second chance to DeSantis. Scarlett has a bounce around. DeSantis swats it around. Bain tries to scan and swivel his head. Move back to 5-on-5 hockey as Walker over to Siren. Siren falls on down. The wrist shot kicked off and away. Move back by Scarlett over to Dylan Weston. Dylan Weston tries to avoid one check, skates away from another, passes it away to DeSantis. DeSantis over to Abano. Abano tries to keep it in the zone and does, barely. Over to DeSantis. Into the slot, tries to deke right, gets it poked away. Herman alongside the boards with it. Back and forth between him. All this time with DeSantis. DeSantis comes back again. DeSantis passes behind over to Herman. Over this time, Fable. Back to Herman. Herman, shot right into the chest pad of Bain, kicked away. Moved once again by North Middlesex. The period continues to fly, approaching 8 minutes to go in the second period. The Stars move ahead, knocked on down. Lakeshore trying to cover it up and get themselves a breather. They do.
Justin, no advantage to either team. A 2 power plays there, 1 for each team, of course. Coach Quint is now wandering. You see him, he's wandering down, having some words, hands in his pocket, thinking about what he's going to do specifically to get his team back in this game, bring things level to 1-1. The first thing they can do is win the zone, face-off in their own zone, which they did.
And now they look to get it out of said zone. The Stars trying to prevent that still. Flipped around right past Heslop, over to Sullivan. Sullivan gets checked ahead. Now moved over to O'Shea. Under 8 minutes to go now in the second period of play. Looking to pass it ahead is Lakeshore. They can't pass it to anybody. Instead, the boards say, hello, I'll take the icing.
Right, and of course, there's Bain. He's been the hot glove so far this game. He's got himself a 1-goal advantage over Heslop at the other end. A lot of happy Lakeshore fans here for sure. They've been chanting loud and proud all game. They'd like to see their team finish this off tonight.
A chance for history indeed for the team as the Lakeshore tries to get out of their own zone. Looking to get step 1 done. Try and tie it. Sullivan clears it away. Inside the Star zone, Zadoyan chases after Amos. On inside. Instead kept inside the zone by Lakeshore for the split second. Now move back along to the face-off dot by the Stars. Trying to battle it away with Herman. Herman tries to rip it away. Herman does. Herman moves towards the slot. Sullivan gets pressed against the boards. Sullivan tries to move it ahead. Stars able to get it back to the neutral zone. Both teams taking the chance to get some fresh legs in the line change. Back with it now is Dylan Weston. Weston tries to deep pass 2 players. Gets the puck. The shot misses left. Weston comes back with a rebound. One-time shot misses left. Rebound, Eric Leroux can't swat it back down. An open crease opportunity as North Middlesex just takes the icing after what could have been a big goal. And
wow.
Bain already talking with his teammates after that.
Bain again for sure, but Eric Leroux, what a golden opportunity and more of a golf shot. As we look at Bain and the puck bouncing for him, did his best to swap it in that open side, that our side of the ring, Justin. He had an open net. Eric Leroux just could not connect with that bouncing puck.
Lakeshore still trails 1-0 to the Stars. Face-off picked up by the Canadiens after the battle. Eric Leroux moved back over to Abano. Fable waits on the other point. Wrist shot. Knocked down quickly by Bay. Weston gives the check. Stars trying to clear it away. Whiffing is Weston. One time, once again, after the rolling puck. Eric Leroux loses the stick. Delayed penalty coming up. And more whistles come as Eric Leroux had his stick knocked away.
Yeah. Big defenseman. Dom's guest. I think that's Dom's guest in the first period. Tyler O'Neill, captain of the team, just really whacked, hashed, slacked, whatever you want to call it, Justin.
Yeah.
Lumberjack, the stick right out of Eric Leroux's hand. Hopefully we're going to see it. There's a good opportunity in the shot from the point. Here's Leroux right here.
There.
Wham! Boom! I'll chop that tree down. Well, your ticket to that will be 2 minutes in the box.
And that coming with about 6 minutes to go in the second period. Time is winding down. Lakeshore with another power play. Moved ahead this time by Dylan Weston. He skates all the lines, going left. Goes now to the corner, moves it over to Nemo. It's the very tip of it. Moves over back along the far corner, over to Walker. Siren waits for the possible opportunities. Walker instead takes the shot and misses. Siren chases back after it. That gives a bit of a breather for a bit of a reset. 1:22 to go in the power play and quickly closing down. Now picked up Dylan Weston. Passed off the skate of Nemo. Now Trevor Leroux skates ahead. Nemo tries to move back down low. Walker gives it over to Siren. Siren looks for a screen. Gives it to Walker. Back over to Trevor Leroux. Back across the other side. Walker, wrist shot. Caught. Stopped by Bay.
Bates doing a great job, of course, and Lakeshore's trying to move that puck across the top of the face-off circles there, east-west. There it is, a look. Leroux moving it across ice there for a shot. Bain coming up big, but really it's obvious what Lakeshore's trying to do. They have patience on the power play, moving the puck east-west, looking for that open man.
Face-off won by Lakeshore once again. Meanwhile, Eric Leroux puts it back down. Quickly swatted away. DeSantis. Quick shot knocked away by Bain again. Stars pressure in the corner. Pressed along now. In the pressure is Lakeshore. Kept inside the zone by Siren. Move back over to Eric Leroux. Approaching 30 seconds to go in the power play. Knocked around off the side of DeSantis. Cleared away by the Stars. A reset coming back up for Lakeshore. The Sirens continue to go off amongst the arena as they look to charge ahead again. 30-10 the shot differential. Lakeshore with that shot advantage so far. Moved ahead by Leroux. DeSantis gives it off this time to Trevor Leroux. From the point, over to DeSantis. Santos gives it back to Trevor Leroux. Trevor Leroux looks for an opportunity. Wrist shot blocked. Second chance, sees his stick knocked away. Goes back to retrieve it. Back to 5-on-5 hockey once more as O'Neill comes back into the penalty box. Lakeshore still with it in the corner though. DeSantis tries to go for the wrist instead. Loses it. Cleared away by North Middlesex. And they say that grazed part of the meshing in the roof. Back to a face-off.
Yeah, another effective kill by, the capacity crowd here, Justin, was not happy with that effective kill that North Middlesex was able to muster up. This crowd, partisan crowd, really is looking for that tying goal from Lakeshore.
Face-off stripped away and picked away by the Canadiens. Fable moves it from point to point over to Albano. Albano has it caught and quickly stopped by Bay. And the pressure has been insurmountable, to say the least, especially with players like Trevor Leroux, who was named the league MVP yesterday. Also picked up the scoring title. That peeled away from Dylan Weston. Face-off, meanwhile, picked up by the Canadiens. Quick shot, Bain lays on top of the puck for the face-off.
Yeah, Bain making most of these saves look routine. Good for him. A goalie should be that comfortable. As Lakeshore lines up for this face-off again, they have to get more and more face-off wins during this game.
See how quick that opportunity came up. The Stars trying to have a quick opportunity of their own. Approaching 3.5 minutes to go. Lakeshore comes out with it in their own zone, still trying to move it back to the neutral zone. Albano rolls it from point to point instead, picked up again by Leo. And has it go the other side. Albano moved back off the puck. Albano battles it along now with the blue line. Watches as Beeson gets it over to Scarlett. Scarlett can't keep it. Picked back around the boards. Beasels Heisels amongst the back and forth as it goes back to O'Shea. About 3 minutes to work with in the period. More hard checks of Otto amongst those. Kicked to one and moved ahead this time for McCallie. McCallie clears it into open space. Line change coming up from the Stars. Jogs rolls it back along the boards. Sullivan helps move it to the neutral zone. Poked ahead to Pizzo. Pizzo with some space. Wrist shot. Kicked away by the pads of Bain. Second chance, Lakeshore can't get one. Picked up by Leov again. Leov passes it off the back of Herneman. Head now is Jake Weston. Jake Weston, the toe drag. The wrister misses to the right. Bounce back along the boards for Lakeshore to try and receive in the corner. Trying to get pressure. Now pinched along with Tichenov. Canadiens do come up with it. The Canadiens move it ahead. Past center ice to Slodoya. Slodoya through the traffic to the slot. Bain helps deflect it away. Herneman tried to come up into it. Jogs down low. Second chance. Herneman right into the chest pad of Bain for another face-off. And what a sequence.
What a great effort from that Lakeshore line. Herneman in there like a dirty shirt. He doesn't mind getting his nose dirty. A couple great chances for him. Really, Stars thought they had the puck out of the zone. Nope. And great save by Bain. However, he laid a nice rebound out there for Herneman, Justin, and almost buried him for that all-important first Canadiens goal.
Could have been his first goal of the night. Again, the score is 1-0 Stars. Here in the second period, the Stars get it away from the pressure towards the crease. Canadiens now kick it ahead. Quick shot, bounced around. Second chance, Nemo helps get it over to DeSantis. Back to the point. Fable, screen wide right. Off the boards, Henderson comes up with it, moves it back along. Pressed along them this time. There's North Middlesex once again with Paparadis. Paparadis able to get it off and away. About 90 seconds to go in the second. North Middlesex has it bounce ahead. Here comes Amos. Amos passes it away. Couple of Canadiens try and break up the pass. Siren comes up with it instead. Siren. We're to Walker. Walker off the boards. The opportunity. Weston sets him on the right side of the slot. Can't get the pass from Leroux. He tries to reach ahead. 1 minute to go in the second period of play. Stars still up 1-0. The Canadiens now go ahead. Here comes Trevor Leroux. Wrist shot. Deflected way up into the sky for the face-off.
Bain is very happy that his defenseman there really got a stick in the way of that puck, but before that, Andrew Henderson made a tremendous play, sliding, laying out on the ice, taking away that passing lane from Lakeshore, allowing his team to breathe.
Oh, and hold on 1 second. For the face-off, a penalty given this time to O'Shea. Liam O'Shea given a penalty. The Bayfield, Ontario defenseman to the box with about a minute to work with in the period.
Yeah, Justin, looks like Lakeshore is going to find themselves a gift of a power play here. Good for them. Again, in a game like this, you have to remain calm and cool. As I said, patient and in control. If you lose control, you could be handing the other team a great opportunity in an all-important game like this.
And all things getting sorted out, they're just confirming things up on the scoreboards here. They've cleared the penalty up on the boards. And they now indeed have 5 players back on the ice for the Stars, it appears here. They're still trying to sort things out. And now it looks like we're just about all set.
Yeah, it looks like O'Shea might have just taken a misconduct penalty.
That is huge. Either way, he's had a lot of touches. Yes, indeed. 10-minute misconduct is the official call over the PA system here at the Atlas Tube Center as Bain kicks it away after the move off the head of the ice. Stars try to move it out of their own zone again. Moved up along the boards and hitting the meshing as some of the fans enjoy that.
Yeah, Liam O'Shea, he doesn't want to spend 10 minutes in that penalty box. It's unfortunate for him, his team, the coaching staff, critical player for the Stars, Justin, for sure. Again, with this under a minute in any period in any playoff game, you have to really show the poise and professional.
Absolutely. Face-off won by the Canadiens. Here they go. Off to Dylan Weston. Through traffic, the slot. Tons of pressure. Trevor Leroux gets into it. Bain still trying to get back up and does. Floated back. Hits the top of the very bottom of the meshing. And that's enough to draw on the face-off.
Yeah, it's no surprise that Coach Quinton for Lakeshore has his top guns. We call them the Leroux gang, the two Leroux and Weston out there. Although it looks like he might be changing his line right now. I see Scarlett coming out. But really, you want those heavy-handed guns out there late in a period when your face-off is in the other zone.
They've moved into the neutral zone to face-off as well here. Sedoya tries to get back to it after the Scarlet battle. Instead, booms its way past Hessel up inside the Lakeshore zone. Under 10 seconds to work with in the period. Here comes Lakeshore. One last chance for a shot. They won't get it off. Sedoya flips it to the sky. And after 40 minutes, the Stars have a chance to try and extend this series. 1-0 the score. And they have come up big in their opportunities despite being outshot by 27. With that, intermission coverage coming up in just a few moments. You're watching We Digital for today's coverage of PJHL action presented by St. Croix College.
For every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between, Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
Welcome back to the Atlas Tube Center, the site of Game 4 of the Western Conference Championship Series between the North Middlesex Stars and the Lakeshore Canadiens. Of course, we're in beautiful Lakeshore, Ontario today. Brought to you by St. Clair College. Our second intermission has the Stars leading the Canadiens 1-0 after 40 minutes of play. A lopsided margin of shots. Eric Leroux, one of the veterans of the team, joins us. Thanks for doing this with us, Eric. And I mean, you're throwing everything at this kid. He just seems to find a way to stop every shot coming his way. How tough has it been tonight?
Well, first off, thanks for having me. I appreciate everything you guys do for our team. Goalie-wise, he's amazing over there. He's definitely one of the top goalies we played so far. So we got to get in front of him. We got to get tips, anything, rebounds, dirty goals. We got to stick our nose in here for the third period.
Just put one in the back of the net, damn it. That's what you want to say here. But, you know, it's always important that a forward, an offensive forward like yourself, like your brother, like that whole Canadiens front roster, basically, not to grip the sticks tight. Are you guys talking to each other? How you just keeping, how do you just keep the frustration out?
We just keep going, highs and lows, like we said a couple times on these interviews. Just got to keep going. They're going to come. If we work hard, good things are going to happen, that's for sure.
I don't think anybody can question the work ethic tonight. Like I said, you're out shooting them 37-10, and you're down 1-0. Figure that one out, folks. But a great hockey game nonetheless. And you know, you come into this game, Eric, of course, up 3-0. No doubt you're chomping at the bit to finish this thing, get a little bit of rest before the next round goes here. But what was the team like before the game? How did you guys feel? And what's the thought process coming into the game here?
Well, second round we were up 3-0, I believe, against Wheatley, and we took them lightly. I'll admit it, but I think we've learned from that. We got a bunch of veterans that in our group chat, we're always texting, and we've had guys in this room that's been here before, and the fourth game is always the hardest to win, and the boys have come out for the first 2 periods and given it our all. We just need to give it that extra push here.
Are you surprised at all, Eric, with the run that you've had up to this point, though? Winning the league championship and now getting to this point. I think this team was really built to have a deep run.
I mean, it all starts with the coaching staff all the way down to the players, and everyone since the beginning of the year has bought in, and we got some veterans that relayed a couple messages throughout our newcomers, and we've bought in since day one, and I think we went 28 or 20-something and 0 to begin with, and everyone bought in, and we're just trying to build off that and make a deep run.
For yourself, this is your last year. You had to wait a couple of years because of the COVID stuff. How gratifying is it for you right now, Eric, to be playing here still and knowing that you've got a chance to go out on a really high note here?
I mean, who doesn't love this shit? Sorry for swearing, but this is the best it comes by. I mean, we got 1,000 people here every night, and it's always fun wearing the logo on the front of my jersey, and I'm going to leave it all out there because it's my last year, and I hope all the boys do the same, follow me.
I think they're following your lead. You've been a special player, Eric, that's for sure, and congratulations on everything. I know you just graduated university, great accomplishment there, so continued success to you, and go out and find a goal for us, please.
Sure, I got one for you, Dom.
Thank you. One of the good guys for sure, Eric Leroux, trying to get his team on even terms anyways, see if they can pull out a victory here tonight. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll talk to the assistant coach, Ron Susi. This is the Western Conference Championship Final on We Digital Productions.
Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
We continue on with our second admission here at the Atlas Tube Center, the site of Game 4 of the Western Conference Championship Final between the Lakeshore Canadiens and the North Middlesex Stars. 1-0, the Stars leading it after 2 periods of play. Ron Susi, the outstanding assistant coach, joins us here on the broadcast. Coach, 37-10 in shots. You're outworking them, outshooting them. What do you say to the guys at this point?
Listen, they got good goaltending. We knew that coming in. This is our 4th game against them, so we got to make it difficult on them. We're seeing a lot of the shots right now, so we just got to simplify our game, get pucks at the net, and get guys crashing. Hopefully you get an ugly one here.
You and the coaching staff, Coach Iaquinta, Coach Dobrich, you have a good pulse on this team. Coming into this game, it's always, Eric just said, he said the 4th one's always the toughest to win. Does the coaching staff approach a game like this any differently, Coach?
Well, we need to let them know that it is an important game, and it is very difficult to win, and they're going to come out hard. And I think we matched that in the first period. I think we came out a little stale in the first 5 minutes of the second, but this third period is going to be huge. We need to come out with that same intensity that we had in the first period.
The team up to this point has been pretty solid through the playoffs. A little bit of adversity maybe in the Wheatley series. We knew how tough the Essex series was going to be. It was what we expected. The team found a way to win that. What makes this team tick, Ron? What makes this team special?
I think we got good leadership on this team. We got a few guys that played Junior B and guys that have been around and won championships for us. So, they got to be good in the room, and they know how to calm the guys down or get them fired up when they need to. And I think they've been the guys that really have got this team clicking here in the playoffs and all regular season.
Speaking of championships, on the bench, you 3 guys, Coach Dobrich, Coach Iaquinta, and yourself, no strangers to championships. You guys have all won at different levels. How much of that do you draw on into your coaching and bring it to the guys?
I mean, it's difficult. I mean, it's a difficult thing to do. If winning was easy, everybody would do it, right? So that's the reason we love to coach, is we love to still win. So we like to try to, tell these guys what it takes to win, and it's not an easy task. And hopefully they listen to us, and they go out there and they play the way they need to win a championship. So
you're a big hard player yourself, Ron, in your playing days. I'll ask you this question. I think I know where you're going to go with it, but I'll ask: what's tougher, coaching or playing?
Well, I mean, when you get into these games like this, it's tough to coach because you want to be out there and play. So I guess it's a catch-22 because, I mean, you miss playing, but I mean, when you get into this, there's nothing like winning and being in this time, playing at this time of year in May when it starts getting nice out and your final team's playing. So it's pretty special, but I wish I could be out there playing for sure.
I'm sure you miss putting the blades on for competitive battle anyways. Quickly, I thought about this third period. I know you kind of said it, we got to get some guys at the net, things like that, but is there any one key that has to happen? Like, does the first couple of minutes of this period indicate how this might go?
Yeah, I mean, we got to keep wearing them down. I mean, I think our speed, we need to get pucks in deep, and we need to really work their defensemen and try to keep it in their end and get an ugly one and throw it at the net. Their goalie's gonna make the easy ones that he can see, so we got to make sure we get bodies at the net and just throw everything at the net and see what happens. So.
Appreciate you doing this with us, Ron, and thanks for coaching this team. Good that you're giving back like this.
I appreciate it, Dom. Thanks.
Ron Soucy, certainly one of the good guys, one of the great up-and-coming coaches, no doubt about it. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, it's the call of the third period. This is the Western Conference Championship on We Digital Productions.
Welcome back to Lakeshore, Ontario for the start of the third period. The PJHL Western Conference final action. Justin Prince, Steve Bronco with you. For those just tuning in, 1-0 is the score for the Stars over the Canadiens, working to try and extend this series to a fifth game. That came just about 5 minutes into the second period with the first goal of the postseason for Ian Ludowitz. And now it comes down to the next 20 minutes to see if the series goes to another game or if Lakeshore can get the season sweep for the series rather to try and move to the Final Four in the province. All set to go for the start of the third. We're underway once again from Lakeshore. Lakeshore goes back and forth with Bono now getting to it. He takes it across center ice. Bono move back inside the Star zone, move back to the neutral zone, off some of the bounces. With it, Fable coming up with it off the check now. Weston. There's the puck going away. Bannister. Now with it, Yak, Rookie of the Year. Tries to keep it around. Passes it back to reset things. On the charge ahead, Jacob Howard. Bounced off the Canadian right to Trevor Leroux. Off to Eric Leroux. Wrist shot blocked. Kicked away off of Henderson. Move back along the boards for Weston. Back to the point, Albano. To the other side, Jumps. Kicks it ahead for Trevor Leroux. There's the puck off to Henderson. Henderson passes behind, goes over to O'Shea. O'Shea passes ahead off the side of Weston. Move back off the reset. Skated around. Amos shoots in. Amongst those trying to block ahead. Still amongst those with that 10 minutes game misconduct. O'Shea that was suffered late stages of the second period. Stars going back and forth, but whistles called as a lot of shuffling happened in the line changes there. Face-off coming regardless. Let's take a look at that second period scoring summary. Lakeshore still outshooting North Middlesex, but the Stars really taking advantage of the opportunities.
No, they really haven't. They've 10 shots on net in 2 periods. Nothing to write home about for sure. But look at that total from Lakeshore. But Justin, the all-important first goal, only goal from Ludowitz, his first of the playoffs for O'Shea and O'Neill. What's critical about that, O'Shea found himself to the penalty box for a 10-minute major.
Yes, he is still in that box, in fact, watching along as the Stars see Walker with the puck. Moved over to Nemo. Nemo up the left wing. Tries to charge ahead. Nemo dinks, has it poked away. Goes back along the far side board. 90 seconds into this third period of play. The Canadiens break out of the pressure. Back around Lakeshore. Move back for Walker. Jocks tries to move back to the point. Still with it as Walker loses the puck now with the squeeze with Tyler O'Neill. Picked up alongside by Jake Weston. Move back to the other side. Here comes North Middlesex. Trying to go for the right shot. Kicked away this time from the shot from Tichenov. Back along Tichenov. Tries to poke it with Nemo. Picks up some friends and Galvin, and whistles come in. Several whistles come in, several shoves come in, and more signals come in.
Galvin and DeVacos there jousting a bit. Nothing much is coming. You see more striped shirts and players now, Justin. But again, that all-important one goal in that second period for the Stars. I know the fans in this building don't want this series to continue.
Especially since if the Stars do pick up the victory tonight, that extends the series to tomorrow night over in Park Hill. That taking place approximately 7:30 p.m. puck drop. Off and away goes Lakeshore on the Shards, trying to tie things up just past 2 minutes into the third period. Stars have it kicked back to the point. Watches as it's kept in by Fable. Move back along behind. Off some of the deflections. Some of the rolls. Now goes Ludowitz. Ludowitz amongst those charging ahead, trying to avoid some checks as Beso. Beso loses the puck. Picked up by Bisson. Bisson moves along the left side. Instead kicked up and poked forward. This time by Ludowitz again. Ludowitz hustles back in the zone. Lots of pressure by the Stars, avoiding several checks and reaches. Kept inside the zone off the clear attempt. Now moved up the clear attempt. One-on-one chance. Here comes Lakeshore up the right wing. Stop for the whistle for the face-off.
Yeah, great wheels by Bisson there, number 15 from Lakeshore. He knows what he has to do. He's going to bury that shoulder. Puck's up ice. Great clearing attempt by Lakeshore. Here's Bisson, of course. He's going to lower that shoulder, drive that net, find that inside lane. Great look at a backhand shot there. Sometimes that'll fool a goalie. But what we see again and again so far this game, Justin, Bain coming up big.
It has been huge, the amount of saves he's had throughout this series. He'll watch as the face-off's won by his team. Middlesex takes it on up. The right wing. Whips on the wrister attempt to get in the zone. Lakeshore has it, stolen away, trying to go for a 2-on-2. Stars go cross ice in return. Moved up by Lamb. Lamb misses to the right, trying to set the play up for North Middlesex. Battles it along with Herman. Herman inside some of the pressure, trying to move off some of the sticks. Whistles back to the neutral zone, resetting back of the Stars to avoid the outside opportunity. Kick now ahead by North Middlesex. Sullivan jumps right off the bench and immediately picks up the puck. Lemon tries to move it back up the zone, immediately poked away, cleared on away into the Lakeshore zone. Approaching 4 minutes into this third period of play. 1-0 the Stars still to score in Game 4 of the PJHL West Conference Final. Sticks start to go flying after some of the line changes. Either way, O'Neill keeps it inside Lakeshore zone. Abano picks up the stick. Abano tries to move it ahead. Does. Hardiman lost it. Move back to the slot, poke to Brown. Kept inside the zone. Trying to poke it does this time is Lakeshore with help that time of Ethan Galvin. Alongside the benches, right in front of the Lakeshore players. Hard against the boards. Pinched against the board still. North Middlesex has it cleared all the way back to Bain. Bain rolls it along the glass. Weston tries to kick it ahead. North Middlesex still comes back with it. Now Lakeshore back around. Weston has it deflected on the wrist shot attempt. Trevor Leroux will amongst those watching it roll. Trevor Leroux tries to reach towards it, does get it. But a quarter of the way through the third period. Moved out for Weston. Eric Leroux takes it across. Toe drag right into the check. A hard check by Henderson. Eric Leroux trying to sit on top of the puck with that, and a whistle is blown.
Great check by the North Middlesex defenseman there. I appreciate what Eric Leroux was attempting to do there, Justin. However, you'll see it yourself. You put your head down for that split second. The Detroit toe drag, we call it, boom. And the shoulder connects right there, taking Leroux to the ice. Good attempt by Leroux to make that move, but better check by the Stars defenseman.
20-year-old from Stratton Roy with the huge check. Lakeshore picks up the face-off victory. Siren tosses it into the zone. Walker, watch the pass out. Rich shot bounces up the side. Rolled it back to the point. Jocks keeps it ahead. Loses the puck. A chance for the breakaway. Here comes North Middlesex. Quickly broken up by Siren. The Stars look to pass it across the slot, missing their initial target on the pass. Gonna send it back up. Off the deflection Jake Weston. Jake Weston tries to go for the one-time pass. Can't get it off. Lakeshore now back around with it with Walker. Nebo along the boards with him. Walker surrounded. Pass back to Jumps. Jumps out of the pressure. Bounces its way right past its target. Still finds Walker. Over back again for the chance. Pizzo loses it. Pizzo gets the check back. Here come the Stars. Move back up again by Tichenov. Tichenov can't get a chance. First stop towards the net. Now pressed along the boards for some of the Stars is Lakeshore. Moves it ahead. Bisson tries to go for another rush. He loses his footing. The Stars come back with it. Just past 6 minutes into the third period of play. 1-0 still to score. The shots continue to fly. Lakeshore moves it on ahead. It's Fable. Fable left wing. Has Scarlett ahead as well with them. Still picked up regardless after some of the pokes. This time by Nick Bannister. Bannister waits for the puck, gets it off the pass. Bannister rushes ahead, just avoids the check on the pass attempt. Bounces off a couple sticks. Ferguson, the intended target. Here comes Scarlett. Scarlett up the slot. Shot!
Wow, turnovers will hurt you. Turnovers can kill you, Justin, for sure. Scarlett is the recipient, the end recipient of a great turnover or a bad turnover if you're North Middlesex. Again, I remember Scarlett scoring a tiring goal in Essex tonight. Here he is putting a line. Good move outside to inside. He's going to pull that puck to his forehand. Waits for Bain to commit up over the blocker shoulder. Great shot, and a great flying leap at the end. Great celly by Scarlett.
A big goal by Scarlett, too. His fourth of the postseason. And the most sportsmanlike player in the Stops division ties it at 1. Approaching 7 minutes to go into the third period. Lakeshore tries to move it on. Stars try and move it away from their own zone. Hurleman off the jumps. Back to Hurleman off the deflection. Hurleman still trying to push a man away. His man loses the stick. Move back behind. Sullivan through the slot. Can't get a shot. Back over to Hurleman. Hurleman moved on ahead. Lakeshore looking to set up the rock. Bounced around. Bain watches it bounce away. Here comes the Stars. Moved up the right side. Life passes it back around. Man up the top. Hessel kicks it away. 1-1 to score after the huge goal from Scarlett to tie it at 1 in Game 4 of the West Final for the PJHL. Sticks continue to roll around the center of the slot inside the Lakeshore zone. The Canadiens trying to take it to the other slot. Stars able to break up the first initial attempt. Here comes the second wave. Dylan Weston has it poked from behind. Cleared away by North Middlesex. Haslip watches. Will that kick the icing? No. Instead, Galvin comes back with it. Moved over to Siren after some of the line changes. Eric Leroux gives it over to Trevor. Weston waits the other side. Eric Leroux watches Trevor Leroux miss. Abano picks it up all the way to the other side after the roll around. Just past 8 minutes into the third period of play. 1-1 to score. The Stars move back out from the neutral zone. Back into it. Shiny Stick sees the pass and the bounce. Move back around inside the Lakeshore zone. Trying to skate back and forth. Here comes Trevor Leroux. Up the right side. Eric Leroux to the left. Here we go. Eric Leroux. Shot. Kicked out by Bain. Bain gets back on his skates. And rolls along the boards. North Middlesex trying to clear it away. 3 Canadiens converge. More assistance comes in. Trying to move it around. Bain kicks it away with a blocker. Now over back to Trevor Leroux. Surrounded by Weston. Back alongside once again. Alex. Move back along. More line changes coming up from Lakeshore. Kick back along the glass to the neutral zone. Lakeshore forced to reset. Approaching halfway to the third period in what has turned into a barn burner.
Justin, Eric Leroux had another opportunity, as he did in the second period, to bury that puck and send it home for Lakeshore, and 2 golden opportunities missed.
Will there be an opportunity here, though? Nemo, left side dot. Pass deflected off the skates of some of the defenders. Whipping on the clear attempt is North Middlesex. Pass back to Nemo. Moved along the far corner. Coming is Walker. Cleared over, top the head. This time of Fable, he's forced to retreat back. Coming to halfway towards this third period of play. Remember the last time this series went to Lakeshore, that was game 2. It took double overtime to decide it. North Middlesex trying to keep the pressure up themselves. Kicked away, this time by Hessler. Fable gets it checked off the puck. Move back along for Jocks. Jocks scans ahead. 3-on-2 chance, move to the zone. Pizzo, right side, across. Nemo open crease, tied by Bain. Nemo can't get a shot. Nemo moved all the way to the other corner with the battle for the puck. He gets some assistance now from Pizzo. Stars still come up with it, stolen away instead by Scarlett. He gets tripped up, comes back up. No whistle on the play. Quick shot down low screen, gets deflected away by Pizzo. Scarlett gets checked along the boards. Bounce back around once again on the deflections by the Stars. Move back to the near side as that one nearly goes over top the meshing for the faceoff.
Justin, looks to me like Scarlett wants to take matters into his own hands there, for sure. Bain is again standing on his head. Nice 2-on-1 opportunity here, 3-on-2, by Lakeshore. Great opportunity, great sauce pass. Just couldn't get the handle on it. And Bain coming up big again with that sliding cross crease to rob Lakeshore that go-ahead opportunity.
So meanwhile, Munsto's coming up with it after the Lakeshore face-off win. Siren has it blocked down low. Scarlett can't get a stick on it. Siren, though, keeps it inside the zone. 9 minutes to work with. Moved up by the Stars. Tripped up in the neutral zone. Still rushing ahead. Whistles fly. And a signal. Offside's coming.
Yeah, Lakeshore turning up the pressure, but let's take a minute. We look at linesman Parney there. They've done a great job tonight. And also in a third period of scores late, tied, these are other group of individuals that have to show restraint and control. Sometimes it's best if the referees will just keep the whistles in their pocket.
And that's been a trend throughout the postseason here at the Lakeshore side of things. A lot of time given, so to speak, for the players to work. In the neutral zone, North Middlesex coming back with it at the very edge of their own zone. Past the head around the center ice mark. Move back, Sedoya. Looks to call forward ahead, bounces it back down. Instead, North Middlesex back with it. Sedoya still comes up to kick it right behind Bain, all the way to the near side corner. Near side corner, 3 Stars converge. 1 Canadian tries to keep it away. Gets a little assistance. Albano still comes up with it regardless of the point. Passed away from the point. Hurneman tries to give a wrister, trying to get the screen around. Sedoya couldn't get a stick on it. Moved ahead now by the Stars. Cross center ice, stolen back away. Hurneman tries to kick it in the zone and does. Allows for the line change. Lakeshore getting some fresh legs back on with the line. Now coming back around with it after that misconduct earlier. This time it's O'Shea. Shea passed off the boards. Move back ahead. Cross center ice. Heesels moving towards the left wing. Heesels gets hinched along the boards. Jocks helps break it up. Siren passes ahead. Eric Leroux. Eric Leroux pass back to Weston. Weston across. Misses Siren. Gets a shot up regardless. Poke back out. Move back to neutral zone with a clear. Approaching 7 minutes to go in regulation. Jump. Kicks it back up. Bounced around for Dylan Weston. Dylan Weston skates it back along the boards. Weston pass back to Trevor Leroux. Bain likes to cover it up with a glove. Gets it in the breather. 7:03 to work with in regulation.
Yeah, Bain's going to take things into control here, Justin. He's got a handle on that puck. He's not going to let it get away with him.
And this is all while, mind you, with hockey playoff action in full effect in the OHL. The Windsor Spitfires look to secure themselves the next round. They're up 3-1 over the Sonia Sting. And tomorrow night, they'll be playing at the WMCU Center. For more information, be sure to visit the Windsor Spitfires website. Puck drop set, 7:05 p.m. Eastern. Backing away with the Stars with the puck this time. With it is Amos. A very quiet night for the leading scorer for the postseason for this team. He tries to help pass it ahead. The edge of the slot intercepted by Dylan Weston. Dylan Weston moved up with Eric Leroux. Dylan Weston moves right. Toe drag wrist shot off the top of the glass. Move back out to Trevor Leroux. Galvin kicks it back towards him again along the boards. Poked loose by North Middlesex. Cross center ice. Amos tries to shoot it from the center ice logo. Instead, that will help get the line change regardless. Lakeshore now looks to take advantage. Pizzo with it. Pizzo pulls it back along the boards. Both teams finish up their line changes. Back along the far side. With it up to the check is Henderson. Move pass once again. Howard. Works back behind Bain. Back along the pass. Still kicking it ahead. Cross center ice. Missing its target. Lets it roll all the way back to the Lakeshore zone. They take the bit of the breather once again. Jock has it poked again as he gets pinched around. Passed away regardless by Walker. Walker sees the battle around with Nemo. Instead, it's getting the Stars. Look to roll it ahead. This time, battling around McCallum. Kelly watches the pass go off the stick. This time, Devakos. Back and forth along the neutral zone, and this now triggers the offside after a lot of passes in the center of the ice.
Yeah, what that means, Justin, things are getting tighter and tighter, okay? And, again, but does anyone want to see a potential Game 6? But if it is, it's going to be right back here at the Atlas Tube Center on Sunday.
Yeah, and it will take a big comeback, keep in mind, with the Stars with their 3-0 deficit in this series. A game like this, they've done well.
They'd like to be back here on Sunday night for sure.
Absolutely.
Lakeshore wants the lights out in this place.
Either way, with about 5 minutes to work with, Lakeshore with the puck. Bounced up for Bisson. Moved up ahead by DeSantis. Working with Scarlett. Whistle's called. DeSantis wants those with the offside and our face-off drawn coming up. As here's a look at the coaching staff.
Yeah. Coach Iaquinta, you know what? He looks very calm and he's focused. We often say we like to see a coach working down or looking down instead of out for sure. He's coaching his players. He's going to put them in a position to win. He knows they can do the job for him, Justin. That's been proven this far.
Absolutely, especially with how the performances have been. Keep in mind, for 2020, it was back-to-back Stops Division titles. More whistles drawn. Looks like going back for another reset of the face-off there. Keep in mind, it's big for the Canadiens to move on forward from here because they've won the league title, of course, several times. But they're looking for their first semifinal since 2011.
Yeah, that's right. They want to see them be that Western Conference champions, if we call it that.
Yeah.
Could happen tonight. They certainly don't want to win it tomorrow night in North Middlesex.
Meanwhile, North Middlesex trying to keep extending it forward. They lose the puck. Here it comes Dylan Weston. Weston with the deep. Weston shoots. Dylan Weston! Lakeshore leads 2-1.
Now, Justin, certainly the partisan crowd here is very, very, very happy. Just look at them, you can see it for yourself. Here's our replay. Great give and go pass with Leroux. Weston, there's a Detroit toe drag. Again, puts it up top shelf above the blocker of the sprawling Bain. He had no chance. But again, great give and go reverse play between Leroux and Weston. Terrific move by Weston to give Canadiens this all-important one-goal lead.
A ninth goal for him in the postseason, and that could be huge. In Lakeshore North, the Stars look to respond back. Walker provides pressure. Moved on and skated around this time, and whistles blow regardless.
Yeah, great job again by the Leroux-Weston combination. A terrific give-and-go play. Tremendous move by Weston to get around the sprawling defenseman from Lakeshore, putting it up high above Bain. Right now, I would say North Middlesex, Justin, really everything heads north. They got to play a 200-foot game, a one-way hockey game.
4 minutes to work with. Lakeshore trying to get it back into their own zone. Stars looking, try and break back forward. They've been outshot by 30 all night. Siren up to Nemo. Nemo trying to get the insurance. Instead, Bain covers it back up for the face-off.
You know, Bain's got to just keep doing what he's doing. There's a point where a goaltender has to give up that, hey, sometimes a forward makes a great move, great play, great shot. He's just got to keep doing. He's getting a lot of support there. Andrew Henderson, who's been huge for the Stars tonight in defense, giving his goaltender a pat. We got it, buddy. He's saying, we got it there. You hold us in there. We're going to deliver for you up front.
Meanwhile, it's cleared all the way back the other way for the icing call. But not a lot of time to work with. That's the pressure spot, right? 2-goal comeback for the Canadiens to get them in this spot. Not a lot of time when you only had 12 shots on goal.
Yeah, 2 unanswered goals, really. We look at Jake Weston there. Maybe he's got it on the end of his stick. 2 unanswered goals by Lakeshore. Justin, the Stars have to answer somehow.
Well, they try and get that chance. They're trying as much as they can with O'Shea. Forced to reset back to avoid the offside. Losing the puck with the poke. DeSantis can't keep it, though. Back ahead. This time the rush ahead. Jake Weston. Quick shot rebound. Just rolls wide of the net. Heslov has it bounce off the side of the net. Back to the slot. Wrist shot. Scores! Tie game!
Wow. Great smiles on the faces there. Coach is happy. They're all happy. Hands up for everybody. The Stars are back in this game, Justin. We're going to see it again.
And what a shot. And the wrister coming from down low. That is DeVacos.
DeVacos there, the backhander that gets by Heslop. We have a 2-2 game, Justin, 3 minutes left. I'm going to make this prediction right now. It's an obvious choice. We are back all of a sudden in next goal wins territory.
With under 3 minutes to work with, the pressure is on in regulation. Eric Leroux rolls it back around for Dylan Weston. Pass back around behind. Skating around Trevor Leroux, can't get back to it. Still skating back over and around the puck is the Stars. Still along the inside boards, fans on the edge of their seats. Over top, Bain it goes from the point. Move back towards Eric Leroux. Flip dump back to Jocks. Jocks keeps it inside the zone to Trevor Leroux. Trevor Leroux past the head. Dylan Weston. Lots of deflections. Eric Leroux. Toe drags around. Misses the opportunity. Bounces around for Jocks. Approaching 2 minutes to go in regulation. Jocks surrounded by Stars. Moves it over to Weston. Back to Siren. Shot. Deflects around. Bang. Tries to cover it up. And the whistles start to fly and the shoves start to go.
Captain O'Neill taking exception to Leroux being that close in the blue paint. A little too close to his goaltender. It's really getting rough. Jacques there taking some punishment, trying to push that puck forward to his man. Leroux. Cyrene there with a great attempt. Here comes Leroux crashing the net. We've seen Eric do that a couple times tonight. Bain says no way on this one.
Face off, quickly draws the shot, misses. Meanwhile, move back around for Walker. Walker kicked off a couple skates. Henderson amongst those deflecting around. Back to the near side corner, back to the outside for Walker. Bono tries to move it ahead, instead runs back over amongst it. Bono now comes back with it. About it. Moves it around, knocked down on the deflection, Zadoya. Zadoya skates back from behind. North Middlesex gets it back out and finally get a breather. Approaching 90 seconds to go in regulation. Here they go with the Stars. Try and deke it around. Knocked off the puck. Walker spins it around. Moves it ahead. Avoids one check. Dinks around. Gets it poked off another. The Stars keep it at the edge of the Lakeshore zone. Moved around in front of the benches. Bisson can't come back with it. Moved ahead for the Stars. The chance of the slot poked away. Bono helps poke it away. Can't get the pass back. Approaching a minute to go in regulation. Back to the neutral zone. Henderson tries to move it forward. Bisson pokes it away. Bisson tries to dig it around. Bang! Moves it away from the crease. Back along the edge of the boards. Battled in the corner. Lakeshore trying to provide some pressure. Getting back to Bisson. Shot quickly knocked away. Back around to the far side boards. Bisson trying to be everywhere. Off the Jocks. Off the Siren. Off the bounce. Shot deflected off the skates of DeSantis. Back over to Scarlett. About 30 seconds to work with. Jocks over towards Scarlett. Scarlett wrist shot. deflected back behind. Back to Scarlett. Off his skates, no good. Siren shot misses. Deflection misses. Bounces his way back around to the left side face-off dot. The Stars surround the puck. Battle still continues. The pressure gets North Middlesex out of the trouble. All the way to the other end. 5 seconds to go in regulation. And after 60 minutes of play, we're headed to overtime. What a third period. Words exchanged, but goals were absolutely exchanged. 3 in the period.
That's right, Justin. Once again, we find ourselves in overtime. We're looking forward. I can tell you, sometimes in overtime, desperation favors, the win. Sometimes the most effort gets the win. So
it's going to be a big-time overtime. Once again, this series goes past 60 minutes. You're watching We Digital, presented by St. Clair College for the PJHL Western Conference Final. More after this.
What can milk do? Well, it can turn you into a morning person. It can help fuel some pretty tough stuff. And it can definitely make cartoons funnier.
No, it can't.
Oh, well, it can have a little edge. But come on, even kiddies love it. It'll keep up with you at any age. It makes engines whir and creme brulee cremmy. It's one of the easiest labels you'll ever read. And anything that makes this happen is pretty special. In fact, what can't milk do?
Welcome back to the Atlas Tube Center, and believe it or not, we are going to another overtime. What a game here tonight, Game 4, the Lakeshore Canadiens and the North Middlesex Stars doing it up. Doesn't get much better than this, folks, and we're 2-2 after 60 minutes of play. Todd Garner, the Director of Hockey Operations for the Stars, joins us. A little bit of nerves going on here, Todd?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's an exciting game tonight.
Everybody's talking about your goaltender.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a little background on this guy and how special he is.
Yeah, Lucas is an amazing young man. He's a hard worker. Great attitude. Just the nicest young man you'd ever meet.
Are you surprised at all how well he's playing, though?
He's really stepped up. I mean, through all of our series so far, he's been, the solid goaltender that we've needed to get by, and yeah, he's playing incredible.
I was really impressed how your team came back, losing the 1-0 lead and then coming back and finding a way to tie this game. What about yourself? When you saw that puck go in and, gave them another chance, what were you thinking and feeling?
Well, I was pleasantly surprised for sure, and we're just going to throw everything we can at the net and hope to get some luck.
Again, we were talking to your coach earlier and your captain, and I talked to them. They've been in every game. The scores have not been lopsided at all. It's been 2-goal games, 1-goal games. Really, a bounce here, a bounce there. You guys could be up. Is that the thinking here for the team right now, that we could be doing something here? We could be winning this series.
The teams are close. The scores are close. Lakeshore really seems to have a little bit more of an edge, but the games, we've been able to keep them close, and the guys are working hard. Our goaltender obviously is doing great, and we're just hopefully to keep working hard.
I know you think your team's going to win this one. I don't blame you for that, Todd, but who's going to score the winning goal for your club if it happens?
I'm going to say 44.
44? Oh, that's Amos.
Yep.
Good pick. I like him. Good stuff. Congrats, and thanks for doing this with us.
Yep.
All right. Todd Garner, the Director of Hockey Operations, helping us out here. We're going to overtime, but before we do that, we'll come back with one more interview. Mark Hagerman will join us. This is the West Division Western Conference Championship on We Digital Productions.
Just gonna hang out.
If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Well, it's turning out to be a late night here in Lakeshore at the Atlas Tube Center as we're going to a fourth period overtime between the Lakeshore Canadiens and the North Middlesex Stars. As promised at the break, Mark Hagerman, the convener of the Western Division. Well,
Western Conference manager.
Western Conference manager. Well, convener's the same thing, isn't it?
It took me 2 years to remember it too.
Okay,
So
well,
same thing.
convener, manager. You're the boss. You're one of the boss guys, and one of the good guys for sure. What a great series. I know it's 3-0, but the series has been great.
Oh, it's been amazing. It's been awesome hockey. You know, North Mid's been right there every game. And, you know, and that's what you want to see. You want to see that tight. You know, you want to make these teams work for it. The next one's going to see some tough competition. So you don't want anybody getting an easy walk through. And North Mid is giving Lakeshore just about all they can handle and vice versa tonight.
This is a perfect example, I think, Mark, where it's almost a myth where people that are playing junior C hockey are just playing because they want to play a little bit of competitive hockey. But obviously, these kids that are playing tonight, that's not the case. They're playing with a lot of heart, a lot of passion, and it means a lot to them to be playing.
Yeah, I mean, this league has been done pretty good at graduating players, you know, to junior A, and there's a couple of good 16-year-olds. There's one out there tonight for sure. I don't think Lakeshore hasn't got one this year, but yeah, these kids want it as bad as any other team, and you know, I think the gap between the leagues now is getting so close, it's hard to tell anymore.
Speaking of close, we're close to this new format for the playoffs that's been designed for this year due to the COVID stuff, but I think it's a great idea. How exciting is it for you and other people in your position, other managers of other conferences? I'm sure you've been talking. How exciting is it to be this close and see this thing come to becoming reality?
Oh, it's extremely exciting. I mean, we've been looking forward to it. It's an opportunity this year to try something different because of the situation, as you said, with COVID. We hope it's successful. We hope it works. But there's a lot, you know, we have sponsorships involved now, which we never had with this league before, and that's a big plus for the league. And hopefully we can, you know, sell this product and get more people on board. And we really want to grow this league.
So this is tonight is where it's a little bit different. This is a Western Conference Championship game. There's really no trophy yet. There might be down the road, but there might be a banner given out or something, right?
Yeah, we have a banner to give out tonight. So because of the format this year, and we don't know, it might go back to the old way next year. We don't know. The league, obviously, the teams make that decision through voting. So if it does go this way again, we'll probably have a trophy and we'll move on with something upgraded a little bit. But the banner was the best bet this year.
No, I think it's a great idea. I don't know. Is it okay to ask you who's going to win this thing or who's going to score the winning goal here? Or,
if I was a betting man, I honestly would put my money. I'd keep it in my pocket tonight. I really don't know. I thought Lakeshore was going to, you know, feed off that last goal, and then it was almost, you could see that breakout, and that started to come down. And I thought, oh, jeepers, you know, these guys aren't done yet. And bang, the puck was in the net. So
it's been a great series. It really has. Despite it being 3-0, that's not indicative of what we've had here. So a great matchup. Good stuff, Mark. Continued success. I know you're going to work hard at this, and appreciate you helping us out here in between periods here.
Awesome. I really appreciate it. Thanks.
Mark Hagerman, the manager of the Western Conference. He's waiting for overtime, as we are. We're a couple minutes away. When we come back, it's the call of the first overtime session. The Lakeshore Canadiens, the North Middlesex Stars doing battle here on We Digital Productions.
No, I never smoked any. Sure, I smoked a bit, but it was more your mom who was into it. Pot grows naturally, but it won't help you grow as a person.
Talking cannabis with your teen can be learned. Download our free brochure.
You know what? Poison ivy grows naturally, but It's not good for you, is it?
Find the answers you need at drugfreekidscanada.org.
What can milk do? Well, it can turn you into a morning person. It can help fuel some pretty tough stuff. And it can definitely make cartoons funnier.
No, it can't.
Oh, well, it can have a little edge. But come on, even kiddies love it. It'll keep up with you at any age. It makes engines whir and creme brulee creamy. It's one of the easiest labels you'll ever read. And anything that makes this happen is pretty special. In fact, what can't milk do?
For every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between, Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
Welcome back to Lakeshore, Ontario for overtime. For Game 4 of PJHL West Conference Final. 2-2 to score. And the goals, they have been flying to say the least after the last 20 minutes. Quickly, the first shot of the period up and away as overtime once again triggered in this series. The Stars with the first chance. Wrist shot misses wide to the right of the goalkeeper and Hessler. Hessler watches the deflections in front. Lakeshore now tries to move it ahead. It's Dylan Weston watching Trevor Leroux. Trevor Leroux loses it. Eric Leroux tries to poke it. Instead, bounces its way off the bottom of one of the defensemen for the Stars and to the other end. So back down, Navakos tries to provide pressure, deflects it around. Instead, the Canadiens still moving ahead. Offside's called quickly. Within the first 20 seconds, more whistles fly after some extracurriculars.
Yeah, for sure. So both teams have to take care they don't get over-anxious, over-excited in this overtime. I know Coach Quinton there is going to keep his players in check, keep them focused, of course. But again, he's expecting big things out of his top line, the two Leroux with Weston. You know, they've been very good for him in overtime, and he's depending on them again.
Meanwhile, Lakeshore, after the line change, the second grouping for the period. Walker leads it ahead. Moving him off is O'Shea. Move back to the inside corner. Amos can't get to it. Nemo gets poked away from it. Move back ahead, this time by Bannister. Kept inside the zone by the Canadiens. Our man at the point, not there though. Got forced to toss it on and in. The roll round. Picked up this time by McCallum. Flipped up to the sky and flipped up off the mission. The big song. Minute 20 seconds in to overtime.
And likewise, Justin, as we look at Quinton, the Lakeshore bench again, Ron Susie right beside him. The North Middlesex Stars, really, they got to depend on guys like Weston and Amos and Tyler O'Neill, their big captain. There's certain go-to guys that every coach is going to depend on right off the bat in overtime.
Meanwhile, after the face-off, the Canadiens trying to keep it inside the Star zone. Bain watches deflect off the back of his net. Poke back towards the slot. Canadiens will get up to it, though. Poke back to keep it in the zone by Scarlett, though. Scarlett passes it back to the point. Back over to Scarlett, who's still wedged against the board. Forced to retreat back. On the outsides, he takes it back in. Toss back in, off of Bain. Poker deflected away from Bain. Bounce back over by the Stars. Trying to poke it away. Is Trevor Leroux. He watches the move around this time by Heasels. Kept her on to the point. Bain kicks it away. Off the deflections. The Stars roll it back to the near side boards. Moved around, away from the boards again. This time they finally break through for the neutral zone. Just past 2 minutes into period 3 here in Lakeshore. Canadiens back again with it. On center ice. With it, Weston, the captain. Flipped up to the sky, and that nearly went up towards the fans. Instead, it's the bottom of meshing for face-off.
The key to success in overtime, we look at this very anxious crowd. At one point in the third period, they thought they had this game in hand, this partisan Lakeshore crowd. The shots on net. You look at Weston, both Westons. Weston from Lakeshore, Weston from North Middlesex. Either one of them could be a candidate to score in overtime.
And both of them have had some decent touches, to say the least, tonight. Fable, meanwhile, right at center ice. Move back inside North Middlesex's zone. Move back along the boards with the clear attempt. Henderson, he does get it out. Over again, Albano. Poked back by the Stars. Moved around the penalty boxes. Rolled back once again. Lakeshore into the neutral zone. Off the board. Up to Weston. Weston charges ahead to the slot. Weston can't get a stick on it. Gets into a shoving match with Henderson. Meanwhile, Fable keeps it just inside. Albano, slot. Misses a chance for that screen down low. Fable passes it back off the boards. Over towards Weston. Dylan Weston moves it up to Eric Leroux. Looks back towards Fable, tries to skate it away, instead goes to Albano. Albano, shot, moved away by Bain. Stars trying to clear it away, kept inside by Albano. Lakeshore keeps the pressure up, poked away. Near trip around, instead the Stars clear it up and around. All the way back inside the Lakeshore zone. The whistle's drawn, and we'll go back the other direction.
Yeah, nothing wrong with an icing like that in overtime. Everyone's going to need a rest. Legs are getting tired for sure. Serene there, he's had some great minutes all game long. He can make a difference in overtime. Very skillful, very poised puck man. We're on that blue line for Lakeshore.
Tyran in particular, has been a big part of some of the set plays Lakeshore is trying from point to point. Meanwhile, the puck rolls from station to station. Stars move it along the boards. Kept inside by Siren. Trying to go for the wrister, deflect around towards the slot. Bounced away from Bain. Move back near side boards. Kept inside. Siren. Shot. Bain tries to cover it. On the corner. Scores! 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 Walker! And the Canadiens are the best in the West for 2022.
On that, simple rebounds, players in the right place, doing the right things, going to the net, puck finds its way home. Hey, let's give some credit to Bain in the net for Lakeshore, right? For North Middlesex.
An unbelievable night ends with a monumental shot.
Here it is right here again. Wow. Kyle Walker, what can we say about him? He's had a quiet but tremendous game, helping his team. What a deserving recipient of that goal, Kyle Walker. Congratulations, Lakeshore Western Conference champions, Justin.
And off to a chance for the Smoltz Cup. Across with the best, the PJHL as a result. Just the 5th goal in the playoffs, mind you, for Walker. Ceremonial handshakes underway for the Western champions. Lakeshore picking this up once more. They've come close a few times after their Stops Division titles. But now, after losing in Game 7's back-to-back chances, they get it done with a full sweep this time.
Yeah, what a great season for the Lakeshore Canadiens for sure. And to do it here in overtime in front of your home crowd. Nothing better than that. Great, a good look there. Hey, Great look there, Kyle Walker. Good for you, kid. Right place at the right time. Buries that rebound, lifting his team to Western Conference champions.
Now, the Canadiens, after such an emotional series, the attention has to turn now to the rest of the way to this Modes Cup. They have to face the best in the East, as well as the North and the South, to be able to become the best in all the province over the next few weeks.
Yeah, what I like to see here, if you look across the ice, Justin, a classy move. The officials lined up there. The North Middlesex Stars shaking their hands. The officials are a big part of this game. Congratulations to them.
With that, we head towards ice side in just a moment. It is once again Walker with the game winner and the series winner. He's now standing by for Dominic Papa. Once again, Walker.
Here's the hero, Kyle Walker, scores the game winner, the series winner. Kyle, tell me about the goal, and when it went into the back of the net, what'd you think?
Well, the boys battled really hard. It was just a shot on net. I was luckily there. Worked hard, got the rebound, and just buried it for the series. Played hard, played very hard, and we're excited, man. We got a good team here, and I love all these guys.
What was it like in between periods? I mean, you were out shooting this team handily, but you're going into another overtime game. What were you guys talking about?
Basically just being positive with each other. We had a ton of shots. The boys just stayed together, worked as a team. At the end of the day, we got the dub. There's nothing more we can say. We just worked hard. We got a hell of a team here, and I can't wait to do more with this team.
I think I know what you're going to say, but I'll ask anyways, Kyle. How important was it to close out this series? This team played you guys tough.
Oh, I got to hand it to them, man. They played hard, physical. They're a good team, and, man, they work hard. We just got it done a little better, man. Like, it's just one of those times. I don't know what to say. I'm just so happy right now that we won, and we can't wait to move on.
Well, it's going to be pretty neat. You're going to be playing hockey in May. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I haven't done that before. It's really exciting, man. I love hockey, and with this team, it's just something special here. We got a special team here.
All right, go enjoy. Congrats.
Thank you.
The game winner right there. We'll send it back upstairs. We'll come back down here for a couple more interviews. Right now, go back up to Steve and Justin.
Very much once again, Dom, a huge goal scored by Walker, and it secures them one shiny banner as the best in the West.
Justin, now they're Smalls Cup participants, as you know. Not exactly sure of that format, but we know that they will be advancing to that provincial round for playoffs against the South, the East, and the North champions. But that being said, we're focusing on tonight. What a happy, happy group of kids.
And here's a look at those players there. A historic moment for the Lakeshore Canadiens. Your best in the West for the PJHL 2021-22.
Got Kyle Walker, overtime hero, if you could say that. This crowd is sticking around here, and why not, Justin? Like you said, the Lakeshore Canadiens haven't been beyond this position since 2018, 2019.
And keep in mind, they came close to that in the past, and now they look to focus ahead towards that chase for the top in the province trophies. Celebrations continue ice side, as you see, and plenty of family members also making their way on down, as well as the fellow media members, as well as the celebrations. You see some of the dancing coming into play with the captain, Dylan Weston.
The music is loud here, Justin. I know you have some moves. There's got moms, sisters, brothers, grandparents. I'm surprised the mayor of Lakeshore is not here.
You see Dominic Papa standing by. He's with the next man. That is Adam Pizzo with Dominic Papa. Take it away.
A very happy Adam Pizzo joins us here. Adam, congratulations. How good does this one feel?
It feels great. We had chances all game. We're working hard and just got to get a greasy one once in a while. Just go to the dirty areas. It's not going to be pretty. That's playoff hockey. And we persevered, got it done.
How tough was this series? I know you won it in 4 straight, but every game was tight. 2 of them going into overtime. How tough was this series?
Yeah, the outcome of the series doesn't illuminate how tough it really was. Every game was a battle. There was no blowouts. There was nothing easy. Every inch we had to fight for, and it was a hard-fought series on both ends.
Obviously, you get to celebrate a little bit tonight, Adam. I'm sure they'll let you do that, but you got to get ready for it's going to get tougher. You're going to get into see other teams. You're going to be playing hockey in May. How special is that for you guys?
It's really special, especially after the last year. We've all sat a year out, and it just makes it that much more special to bond with the boys and have that special moment.
How much more does the team have left in them?
A lot more, and having this win gives us a little extra rest, so hopefully we'll go in fresh and ready to go next weekend.
All right. Good stuff, Adam. Congrats. Go enjoy this.
Thank you.
All right, that's Adam Pizzo. Everybody's left us here, so we're last on the ice. I guess we'll call it a night as well. So the Lakeshore Canadiens will advance. Now, by the sounds of it, they'll have a game here Sunday night. We'll keep you posted. Go to the We Digital website, and we'll have updates there for you. And if indeed they do play Sunday night, we'll be here as well to do the game for you. But for now, we're going to celebrate with the Canadiens. Congratulations to them beating out a very good North Middlesex Stars team, 4 straight games to none. I want to say congratulations to North Middlesex. What an outstanding campaign they had, and what a really a hard-fighting team that is. They should be very proud of what they've accomplished this season. So the story here, the Canadiens win it in overtime, 3-2. They move on to the next round of the Junior C playoff round. It gets deeper into the provincial stuff, so we're excited to be a small part of it. Hopefully you enjoyed the broadcast. On behalf of everybody here at We Digital Productions, this is Dominic Papa wishing you a great night. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you again soon.